Naruto, starting the live broadcast to the ninja world. Welcome back, brave explorers of impossible worlds. We are excited to have you here to continue this odyssey together. Before we continue, everything you'll hear is pure fiction, so please don't try to replicate combat techniques at home. This wonderful story and all its rights belong to its brilliant original author. We are only the messengers of entertainment. Want another dose of adventure? Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a single chapter. And if you want to support us directly and enjoy exclusive content, check out our Ko-Fi. Chapter 151 The Little Green Skin with a Sense of Security. What are you saying that makes us incomprehensible? We obviously don't want to see you again. Orochimaru chuckled twice. This won't work. After saying that, he stretched his neck suddenly and bit Sasuke's neck. After planting the curse seal on Sasuke's neck, he retracted his head, seeing Sasuke in pain. Sakura was horrified and asked Orochimaru loudly, "What did you do to Sasuke?" Orochimaru spoke slowly. "I gave him a small parting gift. Sasuke will definitely need me because he needs strength." Before leaving, Orochimaru said to Sasuke, "I am very happy to see your strength in all aspects." After Orochimaru left, he covered his neck and wailed in pain. Sakura hurried forward and said worriedly, "Sasuke, come on, Sasuke." Seeing Sasuke's wails getting louder, Sakura hugged him in her arms. Feeling a little overwhelmed, Sakura looked at Naruto, who was still unconscious and whose clothes were nailed to the tree, with tears in her eyes. "Naruto, Sasuke him. Sasuke him, Naruto," she screamed heartbreakingly, but Naruto still showed no sign of waking up. Sakura sobbed, hugging Sasuke tighter. "What do I do? Ninja World, did Orochimaru inject snake venom into Sasuke's neck?" Although Sakura has no opinion of her own and has always been a burden to Team 7, it can be seen that she really likes Sasuke. There are so many girls pursuing Sasuke. I seem to understand why Sasuke chose her in the end. If she has always kept this original intention, anyone would be moved, right? By the way, why did Sasuke get so excited when he heard Orochimaru mention the name Itachi? 3 black magatama have grown from Sasuke's neck. What is this? Muai village Uchiha clan land. Sasuke was also somewhat touched. "Except for my mother and Nisan, no one has ever cared about me so much." But Sasuke was still upset about something. "But since you like me so much, why didn't you say a few words for me when you knew that I was killed by? Is it because the story of Haku and Zabuza is so touching?" Naruto is an idiot, but even Sakura is the same. Minaga Shrine Uchiha Takuma narrowed his eyes. When Sasuke heard Itachi, his reaction and the hatred in his eyes proved what we have always suspected. If the clan has been taking the path of a coup, then when the coup happens, Itachi will definitely help the village. That guy is quite powerful. If that's the case, how many of his clansmen did he kill to make Sasuke, who has always loved him, hate him so much? Damn it. If I knew that my relatives would die at the hands of that guy in the future, I would definitely settle the score with him. When it was revealed on the screen that Sasuke hated Itachi, many members of the clan guessed that the coup would fail precisely because they were the parties involved, and the clan was about to stage a coup. Everyone was very sensitive to such matters on screen. The scene has come to the early morning of the next day. Sakura put Sasuke and Naruto's bodies together. She held Qiu Li tightly in both hands and stood beside Naruto and Sasuke, her expression extremely nervous. The slightest disturbance would make her panic. Just as Sakura was dozing off, a low laugh came from behind her. "Don't sleep. Protect them all night long." Sakura's body trembled and she turned to look at the source of the sound. Not far from her, 3 figures appeared. "But it's not necessary. Go wake up Sasuke. We want to fight that guy." Sakura reached for her ninja tool bag and asked, "What are you talking about? What is your purpose? I know that the guy named Orochimaru is behind this. What is that strange scar on Sasuke's neck? You made Sasuke look like this, and you still say you are challenging him?" The 3 sound ninjas were startled to us. Zhen murmured, "What on earth is that lord thinking about?" Sak Teng, who was sitting on the stone, laughed and said, "But after hearing this, I can't just sit there and watch. I'm going to kill that woman, and I'm going to leave Sasuke to me as well." "Wait a minute, Sakura. What?" Ta Sanville took a few steps forward. "It's too obvious. The color of the soil turned up. The grass doesn't grow in a place like this, right? The so-called trap is meaningless if it is not flawless." Sakura's pupils shrank and sweat dripped down her cheeks to us. Zhen tilted his head and said gloomily, "Kill her immediately." As soon as they finished speaking, the 3 of them rushed towards Sakura. Sakura looked at the 3 people getting closer and closer, feeling a little desperate, and tears began to well up in her eyes. At this time, Konoha Whirlwind Ninja World. Tisk tisk, this little green-skinned man who is so insecure, it's Lee. The heir of Emperor Kai. I used to think that Sasuke's strength could be ranked in the top 3, but I don't know who is stronger between Lee and Sasuke. Anyway, Gaara is definitely the undisputed number 1. Will Qiu Li use the 8 gates of ninjutsu here? On screen choose. Anvil asked Qiu Li, who was standing in front of Xiao Ying. Who are you? Konoha's beautiful blue beast. Rock Lee. Xiao Ying looked at Qiu Li's back and asked, why are you here? Xiao Li's mouth curled up. When you are in danger, I will definitely show up. Just kidding, Sakura said, but to you, I am now an enemy. I said it before, right? I will protect you until I die. Sakura was stunned in the memory. Xiao Li's cheeks were slightly red. He gave her a thumbs up, grinned and said, please date me. I will protect you until I die. Sakura said softly, thank you. Xiao Li had tears running down his cheeks. I succeeded. I succeeded. Teacher Kai. While Xiao Li was fighting the sound ninja trio, Team 3 was still on their way. The nearby Class 10 heard the noise and hid behind the bushes to observe secretly at the beginning of the fight. Xiao Li had the upper hand with his physical skills until Toss Anvil used ultrasonic waves. Xiao Li's eardrum was bleeding due to the shock. Ultrasonic waves visible to the naked eye continued to penetrate Xiao Li's eardrum. Soon, Xiao Li couldn't bear it anymore and fell down after knocking Xiao Li down. Toos. Zhen said in a low voice, then, there's only one last step left. Sakura stood in front of Naruto and Sasuke, who had not yet woken up, and threw the shuriken in her hand away. I won't let you succeed. Ninja World, there's actually a technique called ultrasound. Was Qiu Li defeated so quickly, without using the 8 gates? The sound waves are too restraining for the Taijutsu ninja. There is nothing we can do about it. Could it be that Qiu Li hasn't learned the 8 gates yet? Alice, I feel that Qiu Li has somewhat failed to live up to Emperor Kai's reputation. He fought very hard, but was still defeated. Next, Team 7 will be in danger. Chapter 152. Sasuke likes people with long hair. It's time for Naruto and Sasuke to wake up, right? Otherwise, Sakura alone won't be able to stop those 3 guys. Those hiding in the bushes are also Konoha ninjas. If they come to help, we should be able to delay some time. On screen, the shuriken thrown by Sakura naturally had no effect on Toss Anvil. Kinshu flashed behind Sakura and grabbed her hair. Your hair is much shinier than mine. If you have time to take care of your hair, practice it more. You also make yourself so charming. As she said this, she also pulled hard with her hand. Sak, in front of this ant who sells his body, go kill that guy named Sasuke. Sakdang said lazily. Ah. Really good. Sakura clutched the dirt on the ground with her hands. My body is weak. Her tears rolled down her cheeks again. Once again, I'm only a hindrance. I regret having to be protected by you all the time. I thought, this time, I must protect the important people, but you always fought to protect me. I feel like I have learned something from you. I want to be like you. Sakura heard Sakdang's footsteps getting closer and closer. A look of determination flashed in her eyes, and she drew her kunai. Kinshui looked down at her and said, this kind of weapon is useless to me. But the next moment, she screamed what? Sakura used the kunai in her hand to cut off all her long hair. Everyone. This time, please look carefully at my back. Seeing this scene, many people widened their eyes in shock, especially Ino. Childhood memories with Sakura flashed through her mind. Sakura said, Sasuke likes people with long hair, so, both she and Sakura grew their hair long in memory. On the bench, 2 short-haired little girls were sitting on the bench. Ino asked Sakura beside her, what is it, Sakura? Why are you so serious? I know too, right? Ino asked curiously. What, you like Sasuke too, right? From today on, we are rivals. Ninja World, how much courage does it take for a girl to cut off her hair? Now, Sakura seems to have made up her mind not to hold Naruto and Sasuke back any longer. Cutting off her hair is like cutting off her past self. What supports her to do this is her determination to protect her companions. Such long hair, it makes me feel sad when I see it. Sakura now has the same feeling as Naruto before his outburst. Will Sakura defeat those 3 guys by herself next? Moai Village. Hiruno family. Sakura lowered her head, not daring to look up at Hiruno Zao's face, which was as dark as the bottom of a pot. Ino's memories really hurt her badly. Hiruno was originally worried about the dangers that Sakura encountered on the screen, but when he thought that Sakura was starting to want to fall in love at such a young age, his face couldn't help but darken a little. From now on, you should focus all your attention on studying and training. And regarding Ino, have you forgotten about your friendship? Sakura fell into memories because of Hiruno Zao's words in memory. She told her father, her name is Yamanaka Ino. She is very cute, strong, knows how to dress up, and has a good heart. As she spoke, she touched the ribbon on her head. This ribbon was given to me by Ino. One day she said to Ino, I have someone I like. Huh? I don't know, Sasuke. The smile on Ino's face disappeared. Sasuke said he likes people with long hair. The memory ends. Hirunoja looked at his own cabbage with great sorrow and said, you even know that Sasuke, who is so young, likes long hair? How much thought have you put into him? How old are you? Sakura blushed slightly, lowered her head and stammered, I didn't put in any thought. This is just because I saw how Sasuke was when he was clinging to his brother, Hirunoja. The image of Itachi appeared in his mind, as well as the interaction between Sasuke and Itachi that he saw in the live broadcast last month. Because Sakura saw Sasuke sticking to Itachi, who had long hair, she thought Sasuke liked people with long hair. The corners of Hirunomibuki's mouth twitched as well. Uchiha clan land Minaga shrine. Many tribesmen were diverted by the scene. Tisk, aren't Sakura and Ino too precocious? Sasuke-sama is so charming that he makes such young girls fight for his affection. Actually, when I was in ninja school, there were a lot of girls chasing after me. On screen Sakura formed a seal with her hands with a bang. The body turned into a piece of wood. Sakting raised his hands and raised the corners of his mouth. The right side? Are you looking down on me? You actually used this basic ninjutsu on me. He turned his body to the right, facing several kunai thrown by Sakura. Air pressure 100%. Ultrasonic wave 0%. Output. Sakura quickly formed seals with both hands. Boom! Sakura's body turned into a piece of wood again. Sakting said disdainfully, it's too obvious. Above, he raised his head and watched Sakura perform hand seals. I told you, this trick won't work on me the second or third time. He took out a few kunai from his ninja tool bag and threw them at Sakura. This is enough to deal with you. Sakura shielded her head with her arms. Swish, swish. After a few sounds, blood splattered everywhere. Sakting looked around. Down there? Where is it? Just then, a shadow fell. Sakura, who took several kunai with her body, fell from the sky. It's not a stand-in this time. The kunai in Sakura's hand pierced directly into Sakting's arm. Then she bit Stirrup's other arm. Sakura hid her head hard. Let go. Soon, Sakura, who had bitten his arm, was beaten by him until her head was covered in blood. Ninja World. Sakura's realization is inexplicably shocking. Maybe it's because of the contrast? In the past, she could only hide behind Naruto and Sasuke to be protected, but now the battle with the sound ninja has completely changed my impression of her. Well, Sakura doesn't want to hold everyone back, but how can a normal person's talent compare to Naruto and Sasuke's? As an outsider, I felt a little distressed when I saw this, not to mention Sakura's parents. On screen after seeing this scene, Ino could no longer hold back and pulled Team 10 out to help. Although they are the new generation of Ino Shikacho, they have not grown up yet and are no match for the sound ninja trio. In the end, Ino's life is threatened. Just then, Niji and Tenta finally arrived. Ningxi stood on the tree, looking down at the people in the field and said, it is really unpleasant to see you Otanin doing such a minority thing. Do you think you are good enough just by bullying a few weak ones? Chapter 153 The Power of the Curse Seal. Toos. Jen's pupils tightened and a few drops of cold sweat appeared on his face. What's wrong with that guy's eyes? It's like he can see through everything. Ningxi crossed his arms and said to the three sound ninjas, if you still want to play, I will do my best. After saying this, Niji's expression suddenly froze. Tenten asked with a strange look on her face, what's wrong? Ningxi, this chakra is, toss anvil below said to Niji, if this makes you so unhappy, then don't act cool and just come down here. Ningxi closed his eyes. No, it seems unnecessary. Toss anvil was speechless, but then, his pupils shrank to the size of a pinhole because he felt a very evil and huge chakra that direction. It was Sasuke who was lying on the ground, still unconscious at this moment. The unconscious Sasuke saw his childhood self. That self was holding his head in pain, his tone full of self-blame. If I don't have the power, I can't do anything, because I have no power. Everyone was killed. No, it's because you didn't help but just watched from the sidelines. As long as there's strength. As the young Sasuke finished speaking, the unconscious Sasuke slowly opened his eyes and stood up. Zioing, who made you become like this? Sweat dripped down Toss Anvil's face. The curse marks are all over the body. Sakura looked at Sasuke at this moment and asked worriedly, Sasuke, your body? Sasuke looked at his hands in a daze. Don't worry, not only that, now the power is flowing continuously, and I feel very comfortable. I finally understand what that guy gave me. I am an avenger, and even if I have to sell my body to the devil, I must take the path of gaining power. After that, Sasuke's tone suddenly turned cold. Sakura, tell me, who hurt you? Sakura tilted his head to the side and said, it's me, Ninja World, it's over, this guy is finished. The Byakugan guy from Konoha village is so handsome, and he looks quite powerful. This power called Curse Seal looks so strong, it gives me the feeling of Naruto unleashing the Nine Tails chakra. Sasuke said that he is an avenger, and he wants to gain power even if he has to sell his body to the devil. The object of his revenge is not that guy named Itachi, right? Or that old guy covered in bandages? What on earth has Sasuke experienced that made him so obsessed with power? Even if it costs him anything, Muai Village Minaga Shrine Sasuke-sama's target of revenge must be Itachi. I just don't know if he is seeking revenge for some of the clan members, or for the annihilation of the entire clan. What? The whole clan was destroyed. No, even if the clan really had a coup, Sarutobi Hiruzen would not be so ruthless. The children and the elderly are innocent and were not involved. And when Sasuke talked about his dream before, didn't he also say that he wanted to revive the Uchiha clan and kill Itachi? Whether the clan was exterminated or its available combat power was eliminated, it proves that the clan's coup d'etat failed at that time, and everyone in our field is dead. Damn it. If the village hadn't deliberately targeted them, how could the future clan have ended up in such a situation? If I had known this would happen, I would have left with Master Madara. Don't say that. Now that the village knows that they have wronged us and have given the clan a chance to become Hokage, we must let everyone see the moment when the clan becomes Hokage. Actually, well, that masked man with the Mangekyou Sharingan controlled the Nine Tails to attack Konoha, and it's not unfair that the clan was suspected by the village. How dare a fellow like that call himself Madara-sama? When the live broadcast tells us the truth, I will kill that fellow with my own hands. That's right. Everything that happened to the clan was caused by that bastard. In terms of who is a bigger bastard, Itachi, who helped the village kill his own people, should rank behind that guy. Fugaku listened to the discussion of his clansmen and fell silent. The best the tribesmen now could do was guess that Itachi would help the village deal with their own people, but what if Itachi's choice at that time was to completely exterminate the entire clan? If this is really the case, how should the tribesmen react? On screen Sasuke looked at Saku stare up with a double magatama in his eyes. The black lines that were originally only on half of his face gradually spread to the entire face. Toss Anvil couldn't help but tremble. Chakra is too powerful. Sakura put his hands together and said loudly, toss. This giant guy is nothing to be afraid of. Stop. Sak. Don't you understand? Sakura pointed both hands at Team 7, catch all these guys in one fell swoop, and get rid of them all in one go? Slashing sky extreme wave. An air wave made everyone around feel extremely uncomfortable. After the smoke cleared, Sakura took a breath. HMPH, it's blown everywhere. As soon as he finished speaking, Sasuke's voice sounded behind him. Who are you talking about? Sasuke raised his arm and with a casual strike, he sent Sakura flying several meters away. Toos. Jen murmured, so fast, and he even picked up two people and moved in an instant. Sasuke formed a seal with his hands fire style. Phoenix Fire. Sakura, who had just stood up, shouted, don't get carried away. I want to destroy it. He stretched out his palm and blew out airwaves from his palm. The flame of the impatience fire was blown out, and Sakura's pupils shrank as he looked at the shuriken wrapped in flames. What? There are shurikens in the fire. Ugh. Sasuke flashed behind him, twisted his hands and asked, you seem to be proud of your hands. Stop. Sasuke began to exert force with both hands, and only after hearing a click did he release his hands. Sakura let out a scream, and with his arm broken, he fell to the ground like a dead dog. Sasuke turned around and looked at Toos. Anvil, the only one left is you, Toos. Anvil looked at Sasuke walking towards him and couldn't stop shaking all over. Tears welled up in Sakura's eyes. She remembered what Sasuke used to be like. This is not Sasuke at all. The image of Orochimaru appeared in her mind. Tears rolled down her cheeks and she rushed forward and hugged Sasuke. Stop, please, stop. Sasuke looked at her with tears streaming down her face, and the curse seal on her body began to slowly fade away. You are very strong too. Anvil took out his scroll. Sasuke, we have no way of defeating you right now. This is your compensation. As he said this, he placed the scroll on the ground. Please let us leave here. He helped Sakura up. We may have taken it for granted, but there is one thing we must confirm. In contrast, let's make a promise. If there is a chance to fight you in this exam, We will not hide or escape, Sakura yelled. Wait a minute. Chapter 154. When will the third Hokage die? Who is Orochimaru? What did he do to Sasuke? Why did he choose Sasuke? Toos. Anvil explained, I don't know, we were just ordered to kill Sasuke. Ninja world, the power of the curse seal is too strong. It feels like Sasuke's strength has increased by more than 10 times. With just one strike, he can send that sound ninja flying so far. Looking at this development trend, it's not good. Yes, no one can resist the temptation of gaining powerful power, right? Could it be that Sasuke's personality changed at this time? On the screen, the third exam, Naruto vs. Kiba, Sasuke vs. Akato Kabuto, Rock Lee vs. Gaara, Hinata vs. Nisi, Naruto cheering Hinata on, Naruto defeating Nisi, and other scenes flashed one by one. Each scene lasts no more than 20 seconds in the ninja world. Everyone who knew something about the Inuzuka clan was amused. The Inuzuka clan actually lost to Naruto's fart. This guy with an extremely sensitive sense of smell was actually knocked out by Naruto's fart. Ho ha, as expected of Gaara, who has been strong since childhood. Qiu Li opened the 5th gate of the 8 gates, but he still lost to him. Speaking of which, isn't it too much of a stretch for Gaara to take part in the Chunin exams with his strength? I think it would be better for him to take part in the Jonin exams. Then, the screen showed Naruto meeting Jiraiya and Kakashi teaching Sasuke Chidori. Then there are scenes of Naruto defeating Neji, and Sasuke vs. Gaara. After Sasuke injured Gaara, Gaara went berserk and the plan to collapse Konoha began. The other Sannin of Konoha village, the heroic Jiraiya. It was so easy to sign the Meiboku-san contract. I'm so envious of Naruto. That's Meiboku-san, one of the 3 holy places. Poof. Naruto actually summoned a tadpole, the facial destruction technique. Hiss. What Orochimaru is using now is a woman's body. Is this the future jutsu for resurrecting the dead? It actually summoned Hashirama and Senju Tobirama. If he can control the dead to fight, who can resist Orochimaru? If he summons all the Kages of the past generations, then, the crisis of the ninja world in the future is not Madara at all, right? Madara's goal is to bring peace to the ninja world. I think the crisis is Orochimaru, right? On screen, the scene only began to slow down when Sarutobi Hiruzen used the Shiki Fujin to seal the hands of the 1st and 2nd generations, and Orochimaru, who were resurrected by the impure world reincarnation, and when Naruto defeated Gaara and returned to the village after Sarutobi Hiruzen died. The usually lively and cheerful Naruto sat quietly on the bed for a long time. After a moment, he picked up the black clothes on the bed. At the funeral, a group of Konoha ninjas lowered their heads and stood there quietly to mourn. It started to rain from the sky. Have you cried all night long? The ninjas placed the white flowers in their hands on the stone slabs. Naruto looked at Konohamaru crying beside him, feeling confused. Why? Why did Grandpa Hokage have to die? Why? Iruka lost in memory. It was the scene of the 3rd generation holding him and comforting him at that time. I know you always cry alone, but you are not alone, because all the Konoha ninjas have the will of fire. Will of fire, it is the strong will to protect the Konoha ninja village. As long as we have this will of fire, everyone in this village is a family. End of memories. Iruka held Konohamaru in his arms. Naruto's voice was heard on the screen. Ninjas must not show emotions under any circumstances, and must prioritize their missions. No matter what happens, they must not cry. As his voice sounded, Shikamaru placed the white flowers on the stone slab. He recalled the scene when the 3rd generation caught him in Choji skipping class. Ino placed the white flowers on the stone slab. She recalled the scene when she and Sakura handed the flowers in their hands to the Sandai, and the Sandai squatted down and took them with a friendly look. Sasuke placed the white flowers in his hand on the stone slab, recalling the scene where he was touched on the head by the 3rd generation with an unhappy look on his face. The little cockroaches of Konoha lined up and placed the flowers in their hands. There, finally, it's Naruto. He has the most memories. Ninja world, obviously the 3rd Hokage is dead, and it has nothing to do with me. But I don't know why, I feel so depressed and uncomfortable. Is it that sealing jutsu again? The yellow flash was also used. Doesn't it mean that the 4 Hokages of Konoha village, half of the Kyuubi, and both of Orochimaru's hands are in the belly of the Grim Reaper? As expected of the Cold Lord Orochimaru, he actually killed his own teacher with his own hands. I feel like there's a reason. I saw Orochimaru crying. The 3rd Hokage is so kind when it comes to children. Oh, really? What is there to be sad about? The current 3rd Hokage is still alive and well. When will the 3rd Hokage die? Naruto looks so handsome in that outfit. When the 3rd Hokage dies and Naruto goes to pay his respects, I must take a picture with Naruto in black. Faced with his outrageous remarks, the person next to him couldn't help but twitch his mouth. Well, although Naruto's clothes are really tacky, Pure Land you're using my technique to destroy the village? Monkey. Look at this evil disciple you've accepted. Did the monkey also die to protect the village? Hokage building Sarutobi Hiruzen rubbed his nose. I don't know why I just sneezed several times. That guy Orochimaru actually wants to destroy Konoha? Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Mirokato and's furious face and said with a complicated expression, I'm afraid he has his own reasons. Humph. What other reasons could he have? He's just holding a grudge against you for not passing the position of Hokage to him. On screen after the death of the third Hokage, the two advisory elders pestered Jiraiya to become the Hokage. Jiraiya promised to bring Tsunade back to the village to succeed him, and the two advisory elders gave up and just then Itachi and Kisame, wearing a conical hat, a scratch on their foreheads, and Akatsuki uniforms, came to Konoha village. Though it was saved from destruction, the damage was severe. Hearing Kisame's sigh, Itachi said calmly, that prosperous village is so pitiful, it's really unlike you. Do you really miss your hometown? Even if it's you, Itachi still had that calm tone. No, not at all. After saying that, he raised his head, and 3 scarlet Magatama appeared in his eyes. Screen turn. Outside the tea house, Kakashi looked at Yuhi and Asuma walking side by side and said hello. Hey, you two. You seem to be getting along well. Zihong slightly turned her slightly red face and said, stupid, I just bought meatballs at Hongdao's request. Asuma asked, what are you doing in a place like this? Kakashi narrowed his eyes and smiled, nothing, I came to buy offerings and wait for someone. As Kakashi said this, he glanced inside the store waiting for Sasuke. Inside the store, a finger wearing a ring with the word Zu on it trembled. Chapter 155, Casting Illusion on the Sharingan? Asuma was surprised. Huh? You waited for someone? How rare. Is the offering for a Bido? When he asked this question, he glanced into the store. That's what happened at this time. Sasuke came over. Kakashi? It's really rare that you arrived first. Sometimes. Sasuke looked at the empty store and said, I hate Naruto and sweep things. Kakashi said casually, really? Hong and Asuma looked at each other, they nodded, and their figures disappeared with a swish. Sasuke glanced in the direction they had gone, confused. The other side, Asuma and Qiu Li blocked the path of Kisame and Itachi. Asuma asked, you are not from the village, what are you doing here? Itachi, whose face was covered by the bamboo hat, said, long time no see, Mr. Asuma. Ms. Hong, since you know us, does that mean you were a ninja from this village before? Itachi slowly took off the hat on his head. Asuma and Hong's pupils shrank. You are, Uchiha. Itachi. Kisame also took off his bamboo hat. Are you acquaintances of Mr. Itachi? Then let me introduce myself, Kisame Hoshigaki, please give me your guidance in the future. Asuma looked at the two men fiercely. There is no later, I will kill you now, Kisame whispered to Itachi. Mr. Itachi, it seems that the people in the village hate you very much. Hong looked at Kisame and said, I know you too, Hoshigaki. Kisame, a former ninja from the Hidden Mist village. He is a fugitive ninja wanted by all countries in the Land of Water for the suspicion of killing a daimyo and sabotaging the country. Asuma, holding a cigarette in his mouth, said seriously, you are S-class criminals on the wanted list. Itachi, you caused such a serious incident, and you dared to enter this village. You are very courageous. Ninja world kill the daimyo? Isn't this traitor too lawless? Then what did Sasuke's brother do? Why did this Asuma say that Itachi caused such a serious incident? Not only that, he and Sasuke were only separated by a curtain, but they never met. No way. Could it be that the man Sasuke said he wanted to kill when he introduced himself was his brother? And his brother became a traitorous ninja. There must be a reason why the Konoha ninja hates this guy named Itachi. On screen, Itachi said calmly, Mr. Asuma, Miss Hong, leave me alone, I don't want to kill you. Asuma asked, this is not something you would say after killing your compatriots. At least I know that you would not do it without any purpose. What is your purpose for appearing here leisurely dressed like this? Kisame smashed Samehoda to the ground and said gloomily, this person is quite annoying. Do you want to kill them? It seems that we can't leave the village peacefully, but don't go too far, your moves are very eye-catching. As he said this, Itachi threw the hat in his hand aside. The atmosphere in the field suddenly became tense. Kisame took the lead and slashed at Asuma with his sword. Asuma blocked it with a chakra knife in his hand. Hong took a step back when seeing this, and formed seals with his hands. Is this an illusion? Hong's figure was seen floating away, and at the same time a big tree appeared behind Itachi. The vines tied Itachi up, and Hong's figure holding a kunai emerged from the tree. This is over. Fire Nation. Itachi's mouth showed bitterness. Killing one's own people, has it really developed into that? Just as he thought, if there had been no live broadcast, he would most likely have listened to Danzo's advice and exterminated the entire clan himself, on the condition of Sasuke's life and protecting the clan's reputation. Later he became a rebel ninja and left Konoha, which just fits his guess at this time. Itachi's ears moved, and he looked sideways, and found that two young men had walked up to a tree not far from him and sat down. The conversation between the two people came into his ears clearly. This is Konoha village. That Uchiha guy still looks so calm. Isn't he too confident? Isn't he afraid of being besieged by Konoha ninjas? He is a traitor who killed his own compatriots. He must be very daring and reckless. Moai village Uchiha clan land. Sasuke's face turned pale and his pupils trembled constantly. How could it be? How could such a gentle Nisan kill his own people, and defect from Konoha? At this moment, he remembered a battle between himself and Itachi that he had seen in the live broadcast. Who was the fellow countryman killed by Nisan? Why did I hate him so much? In the subsequent battles, I wanted to kill him. Minaga Shrine killed your compatriots. The compatriot Asuma was talking about is obviously not his own brother. Compatriots mean brothers, relatives, clansmen, but also include village ninjas who receive the same ideological education. Which kind did Itachi kill? How much blood of compatriots has been stained on his hands? Although I don't know what evil things Itachi did, but does Hong think too highly of his own illusions, or does he think too highly of Uchiha's Sharingan, using a Genjutsu on the Sharingan? Why didn't she use the throwing technique on the Uchiha? The result would be the same anyway. On screen, just as Red's kunai was about to pierce Itachi, the next moment, her body directly replaced Itachi's position and was tightly tied by the vines. Itachi, who was standing in front of her, said, "This level of illusion is useless to me." Is this an illusion? Rebound. A kunai appeared in Itachi's hand and he stabbed it towards Hong. Seeing this, Hong bit her lips, using the pain to break the illusion, then quickly squatted down to avoid Itachi's attack, but then he was kicked into the river by Itachi. As she stood up, she heard Itachi's voice from behind her. As expected of Miss Hong, but, at this moment, Kakashi's voice came, "But the one who stopped here is you." The other side. Kisame scratched Asuma's shoulder with his Samehoda, and Asuma cut Kisame's face with his chakra knife. Kisame formed seals with both hands at the same time. Kakashi opened his eyes. Water style, water dragon bullet technique. The two water dragons collided, and Kisame's eyes were bloodshot. Same technique as mine. Hong turned around and looked at Kakashi, who was behind Itachi. Shadow clone. Itachi tilted his head and looked at Kakashi, who had a kunai at his neck. Atake Kakashi not far away. Kakashi's shadow clone said to Kisame, "I found two suspicious guys in the tea house. I wondered who they were, but they turned out to be Uchiha Itachi and the weirdo Hashigaki." Kisame from the Hidden Mist village. Kisame said, "Excuse me, I am honored that you even know my name." "I see, one of the 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. That big sword is Samehoda." Kisame smiled and said, "I heard that Brat Zabuza had fought with you." At this point, he raised the Samehoda in his hand. "He is someone worthy of my shaving." Itachi spoke to stop him. "Stop, Kisame. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 156. Is there any deep hatred? Several people in the field were stunned. Itachi continued, "If you fight that guy seriously, you won't be safe. And the more time you spend, the more other Konoha ninjas will come, right? But, don't forget your purpose. You didn't come here to get hurt, did you? Ninja World." Is this the famous Sharingan Kakashi? How could he make Uchiha Itachi, who looks strong, so afraid? If I remember correctly, Uchiha Itachi also has the main Gekkai Sharingan, right? Even if Uchiha Itachi's current strength is not as good as Indra and Madara, it's not much worse, right? Even if Kakashi is strong, he may not be his opponent. In my opinion, once an Uchiha awakens the main Gekkai Sharingan, his strength will change dramatically, just like Indra and Madara, on screen. So, tell us your purpose. After saying that, Kakashi's shadow clone disappeared with a bang. Chakra returns to the body to prepare for the next battle. Itachi looked at Kakashi and said, "We are just here to find something." Kakashi pulled out a kunai and asked, "Looking for something? What are you looking for?" Unlike Kisame, I won't spend too much time on this. As soon as he finished speaking, 4 shurikens appeared in Itachi's hands. Kakashi sensed the danger and retreated while forming hand seals ninja technique, water-style water array wall at the same time. Several currents arose on the water surface and hit Kakashi, who was retreating. The speed of launching the ninjutsu was so fast that I didn't even see him cast the hand seals. He used the shuriken in his right hand as bait, but actually used water jutsu to attack the soles of my feet, as expected of Mr. Kakashi. Your insight is extraordinary. The next moment, Kakashi was stabbed in the back by Itachi's shadow clone with a Qiu Li with a splash. Kakashi's figure turned into a stream of water and sank to the bottom of the sea. Kisame was stunned. It's actually a water clone. Hey, the copy ninja actually mastered so many ninjutsu from our village. Hong saw Kakashi holding a Qiu Li appear in the water at Itachi's feet. Beautiful, Kakashi. But the next moment, Kakashi took Hong away, and from the place where Hong was originally standing, there was a boom sound, and a huge stream of water rushed up into the sky. Kakashi. Red, Asuma shouted and rushed directly towards the two of them. Actually detonated the body of his shadow clone. After everything calmed down, the three of them stood together. Kakashi said to the two, "Don't let your guard down. That guy became the captain of the Anbu at the age of 13. Asuma looked at Itachi with a wary look. I didn't expect him to be this powerful. Kakashi stood up straight and said, "No. That guy's strength is far more than that." Itachi looked at Kakashi and said, "I didn't expect that you, who are not Uchiha, could use the Sharingan to this extent. However, your body is not suitable for the Uchiha body with that kind of eyes." Ninja world, why do these two seem to be flattering each other? Uchiha Itachi said that Hashigaki Kisame would get hurt in a fight with Kakashi, and Kakashi said that Uchiha Itachi became the captain of the Anbu at the age of 13. What Uchiha Itachi meant by this sentence is that although Kakashi has a great burden in using the Sharingan, he is still very powerful and can injure an S-rank rebel ninja like Hashigaki Kisame. The relationship between these two people must have been very good before, right? On screen Kakashi looked solemn's right. I'll be exhausted soon. Itachi slowly closed his eyes. Why is the Uchiha clan called the strongest and most feared? Let me show you the true power of the Sharingan. After he finished speaking, he opened his eyes. Kakashi's pupils shrank. Could it be that? Oops, Kakashi reminded loudly. You too, don't look into his eyes. Asuma and Kurenai were shocked when they saw Itachi's Sharingan and quickly closed their eyes. You too, you must not open your eyes. If you look into his eyes now, you're done. The only one who can counter that move is probably someone with the Sharingan, Itachi said calmly. Indeed, if you have the Sharingan, you can resist this main Gekiyo Sharingan to some extent, but this special Sharingan pupil technique, Jinjutsu Tsukuyomi, cannot be broken. The only one who can defeat me is a Sharingan user with the same bloodline limit. The three Magatama in Kakashi's eyes suddenly shrank. The next moment, he was already in the Tsukuyomi space. Tied to a cross in front of him stood Itachi holding a samurai sword. How long can you hold on without your bloodline limit? As soon as he finished speaking, he stabbed the knife into Kakashi's body and then pulled it out. When Kakashi opened his eyes again, he found that the knife wound on his abdomen had disappeared. What is happening now is an illusion. At this moment, two Itachis were standing in front of him. One of the Itachi explained, in the world of Tsukuyomi, whether it is space, time, or mass, everything is controlled by me. For the next 72 hours, I will keep stabbing your body with a knife. As he said this, the two Itachis stabbed Kakashi repeatedly. Kakashi's eyes were bloodshot. You'd better not underestimate this move by thinking it's an illusion. This kind of pain is not an illusion. This kind of pain is exactly the same as the pain in reality. As he said that, Itachi stabbed Kakashi twice more. How long can your spirit last? Ninja world, what a strange ability. Just by taking a look, I was pulled into a space that was completely controlled by him. Kakashi wasn't really stabbed for 72 hours, was he? That would be too tragic. Fire Nation Muai Village Dark. The corner of Kakashi's mouth twitched slightly. Itachi, have I ever offended you before? Itachi actually wanted to stab him with a knife for 72 hours. The main Gekiyo Sharingan is indeed very powerful. His Sharingan couldn't even resist. On screen you do not know how long it has been. Kakashi gasped violently and opened his eyes again. In front of him, there were densely packed Itachis holding samurai swords. Also, 71 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. Kakashi was sweating profusely. It has only been a while since. Just as he thought of this, several samurai swords stabbed into his abdomen. In the picture, Kakashi's pupils had shrunk to the size of a pinhole, and were surrounded by dense bloodshot. At this moment, The ears of everyone in the ninja world were filled with Kakashi's screams. Pure Land Hashirama looked frightened and touched his belly like a pregnant woman. Just looking at each other means I will be stabbed for 72 hours? How scary. Ninja world this. Only 1 second has passed. So desperate. If Itachi hadn't explained, I would have thought that 72 hours had passed. Although it's an illusion, the pain is real. Will Kakashi have a mental breakdown? Before, I saw them praising each other seriously, and I thought they had a good relationship. But now I just want to know, did they have any deep hatred in the past? Itachi is such a dangerous guy. Chapter 157 Big Green Skin. On screen Kakashi, whose Tsukuyomi was lifted, could no longer hold on and fell to his knees on the water. Hong heard the noise and asked, "What's wrong, Kakashi? Do you still want to close your eyes?" Kakashi took a few deep breaths and said weakly, "No, not yet." Asuma asked anxiously, "What happened? You suddenly fell down as soon as that guy finished speaking?" Kakashi forced himself to stand up and half knelt on the water. 3 days in that world, isn't it less than a moment when viewed from the real world? But why didn't he kill me? It would be easy for him to do so if he wanted to at this time. Kisame flashed and appeared beside Itachi. After being hit by that trick, your spirit hasn't collapsed yet, but Mr. Itachi, overusing those eyes can be dangerous for you. Ninja world, does this shark-faced guy know a lot? Has he ever tried it? The Uchiha's main Gekyo Sharingan is truly powerful. This Tsukuyomi Jinjutsu is simply incredible. Kakashi has already spent 3 days in that world, but in reality, it's been less than a moment. What if it takes 30 years in that world? Will people also age in less than a moment? Why didn't Itachi take the opportunity to kill Kakashi? These people's thoughts are really hard to guess. On screen Kakashi asked, "What you are looking for, is it Sasuke?" "No. It is the legacy of the 4th Hokage." Hong and Asuma were shocked when they heard this. What do these guys want? Is it Naruto? Kakashi recalled what Jiraiya had told him about the information about Akatsuki. Is the target the Nine Tails in Naruto's body? I know that you two are not the only ones taking action. Is the organization called Akatsuki? Itachi and Kisame's pupils shrank. Itachi said to Kisame, "Kisame, take Kakashi away, and let the other two disappear." As soon as he finished speaking, Kisame rushed directly towards the 3 people, but at this moment, Konoha, a powerful whirlwind, Might Guy suddenly appeared and kicked Kisame back. Ninja world, the big green man who makes people feel safe has appeared. Okay, no need to look at the following. Kakashi and the others are saved. Emperor Kai is Emperor Kai, and he treats S-rank rebels like balls. This kick is so cool. This is a man who has even been recognized by the even more powerful Madara. Emperor Kai is out to bully the weak. Kisame's eyelids couldn't help but twitch. This guy showed up? I won't be left in Konoha by this guy, right? On screen Guy strikes a fighting stance. Konoha's proud blue beast. Might Guy. Kisame stood up and said sarcastically, "What kind of attire is this? It should be a rare and exotic animal, right?" Itachi reminded, "Don't underestimate that person." At this moment, Kakashi could no longer hold on and fell down after a gurgling sound. Kai turned around and lifted him onto his shoulders. He turned around and looked at Itachi and Kisame. How could Kakashi be injured like this? Asuma said anxiously with his eyes closed. You can't look into Itachi's eyes, Kai. You'll fall into his illusion. I know this, too. As Kakashi's opponent, I have also thought about how to fight the Sharingan. Then, he said to Hong and Asuma, both of you open your eyes, but, when fighting with a Sharingan, it's fine as long as you don't make eye contact. Always look at the opponent's feet and understand his actions to respond accordingly. Hong opened her eyes after hearing Kai's explanation. Hearing you say that, it is indeed the case. Asuma also opened his eyes and said speechlessly, but you are the only one who can do this. Kai, who was carrying Kakashi, said, I guess so. There is a trick to grasp all the actions of the opponent just by looking at his feet. But it's urgent now, I don't have time to teach you. Anyway, get used to it now. Hong, you take Kakashi to the medical team. Asuma, cover me. With that, Guy handed Kakashi over to Kurenai. Okay, Asuma agreed. Kai looked at Itachi and Kisame and assumed a fighting stance again. Next, I will play with you for a while before the Anbu reinforcements I arranged arrive. Kisame pulled out his Samehoda and said with a smile, interesting, you have guts. Kisame, stop him. Kisame looked at Itachi. Itachi said, we are not here to start a war. Although it is a pity, there is no need to stay here any longer. It is time to go back. Kisame put down the Samehoda in his hand and said regretfully, I finally got it started, but there's nothing I can do. After saying that, the two figures disappeared with a swish. Seeing this scene, Kisame felt relieved. My future self was saved. Muai village Kai, who was doing a handstand, couldn't help but rub his nose. He seemed to have caused a lot of trouble to the Uchiha clan Minaga shrine. You can grasp the opponent's movements by looking at their feet. This way you can really deal with the Sharingan. Mr. Kai said he can do this kind of thing, so I believe him, but it's hard for others to do it, right? I hope so. Otherwise, won't the Sharingan of our clan be targeted in the future? On screen, in the room, several Jonin looked at Kakashi lying on the bed. Kai lowered his head and said, from the looks of them, it seems that they haven't found Naruto yet. Asuma took out a cigarette and said, don't you find this strange? They have already sneaked into the village. It should be easy to find Naruto in this village. Itachi knows what Naruto looks like. Kai heard footsteps in the hallway and put his index finger to his lips. The next moment, the door opened. Kakashi. Sasuke glanced at the several Jonin in the room, then saw Kakashi lying on the bed. He was stunned. Why is Kakashi lying on the bed? And all the Jonin are here? What are you doing? What happened? Kai turned his head away. No, nothing happened. At this time, Yamashiro Aoba rushed in. I heard that Itachi is back. Is it true? And I heard that he is looking for Naruto. As he said this, he saw Sasuke in the room. Kai slapped his forehead. Hong closed her eyes. Idiot. Sasuke's eyes were quickly filled with hatred and he rushed out. Screen turned. Sasuke quickly rushed to Naruto's house and opened the door directly, but he saw Sakura who was about to open the door. Sasuke asked urgently, where's Naruto? Xiaoying was stunned. I just got here too. Sasuke turned and ran, and his figure quickly disappeared. Next scene, Sasuke hurried on his way, and anyone could see how anxious he was at the moment. If he is caught by that guy, Naruto will be dead. We must not let him succeed. Sasuke braked suddenly and stopped in front of a Chiriko ramen. He opened the curtain and said, Dashu, Naruto should have been here before. Do you know where he went later? Where's Naruto? I remember Jiraiya-san came over at noon, and they ate ramen together, and they seemed to be talking about going somewhere. Chapter 158 Sasuke and number 039, S Memories. Sasuke asked, where to go? The hand typed and thought for a while. It seems that he said he was going to the post town near the village, and then he left with Mr. Jiraiya. Sasuke was a little confused. Jiraiya. It seemed that he didn't know what Jiraiya looked like yet he raised 3 fingers with a smile. It's Jiraiya, one of the genius ninja Sannin, although he looks like a big, gray-haired uncle. Sasuke murmured, the big guy with white hair. After saying that, he turned around and disappeared with a swish. Ninja world. I thought he would go find Uchiha Itachi. It seems that Naruto's safety is more important to him. Naruto and Sasuke. Now that we're seeing this, aren't there too many scenes where Sasuke cares about Naruto? Isn't there a time when Naruto does something for Sasuke? Even a guy like me who rarely interacts with people can see the hatred in Sasuke's eyes. What did Uchiha Itachi do to make Sasuke hate the brother he once loved so much? Perhaps when Sasuke meets Uchiha Itachi, what he has done will be revealed. I wonder what their meeting will be like. Rain Country. Naruto looked touched. This guy, he should really want to find Itachi, right? But he went to find me first for my safety. On screen, Sasuke ran as fast as he could and ran straight out of the village. If that is a post town, it is not very far. Soon, Sasuke arrived at Shukuba town. The streets here were very busy with people coming and going, and there were many vendors and shops around. Sasuke looked at the bustling crowd below. Right here, Sasuke quickly turned around here twice, but still couldn't find Naruto and the big white-haired guy. Can I only look for them one by one? The other side. Jiraiya put his arm around the beauty with one hand and held a wine glass with the other. Cheers. Inside the hotel, Naruto puffed up his face. Does he really want to guide me in my practice? On the street, Sasuke was asking one question after another. Excuse me, is there a blonde idiot about my age here? And a big, white-haired uncle, the clerk slowly said. This is a hotel for women only. Ninja world. Ha ha ha. Sasuke didn't forget to call Naruto an idiot even at this time. I roughly figured it out. Jiraiya took Naruto to practice, and then was seduced by a beautiful woman on the street, so he left Naruto behind and went out to pick up girls. Is Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas of Konoha, actually this kind of person? How irresponsible. Is Jiraiya, the Sannin of Konoha, a big pervert? Somewhere in the ninja world. Orochimaru pouted. Jiraiya, you idiot. Fire Nation Tsunade rolled her eyes. Jiraiya, that idiot. Muai village Hokage building. After taking a puff of his pipe, Sarutobi Hiruzen rubbed his eyebrows with a headache. Jiraiya, you idiot, you're so unreliable. Although I also know that he is probably trying to gather intelligence, The other side Jiraiya hugged the beautiful woman and put the product on with a ring in his hand. The beauty pressed her face against his chest in worship. Jiraiya said with a proud look on his face, hitting the target every time. Inside a hotel. Excuse me, is there a blonde idiot about my age here? And a big, white-haired uncle, shop assistant. All the guests staying today are elderly people. Sasuke walked out of the store, breathing heavily. The other side Jiraiya hugged the beauty, holding a popping candy in his mouth, and said with a lewd look on his face, "Oh, it's jumping around on my tongue." In another hotel. Excuse me, is there a blonde idiot about my age here? And a big, white-haired uncle, gray hair. When Sasuke heard there was a play, he asked anxiously, "Is there one? I think I saw it when I changed shifts just now." The clerk flipped through the check-in record in his hand. The blonde boy and the white-haired uncle. Sasuke asked hurriedly, "Are you living here?" "Which room?" "That, room 1 at the end of the corridor on the second floor." Sasuke rushed up to the second floor, ran to the door of the innermost room and knocked simultaneously. Naruto heard a knock on the door and walked over to open it. The moment he opened the door, a shadow enveloped him in the hotel. Sasuke saw that the door lock was open from the inside, so he pushed the door open. "Naruto, I saw a strange blonde boy and a white-haired old man sitting in front of the coffee table. This isn't Naruto and Jiraiya at all." Sasuke hurried downstairs and headed towards the next hotel. "That guy is nearby." That guy, in Sasuke's mind, the image of Itachi's 3. Magatama Sharingan looking down at him emerged. Ninja World. Sasuke didn't find Naruto? Then the one knocking on the door was, could it be Uchiha Itachi and Shigeki same? That would be terrible. Naruto has no power to resist them now, too unreliable. Since you brought Naruto out, why don't you protect him? On screen as they ran, Sasuke's memories came to everyone's mind. "Brother, please practice shuriken with me after school today. I'm very busy. Just go find your father for guidance." "But, shuriken brother's better at it. I also know that brother always treats me as a troublesome person." Itachi waved gently towards Sasuke. When Sasuke came closer, he stretched out 2 fingers and pointed them at Sasuke's forehead. "Forgive me, Sasuke. I will teach you next time. I don't have time to accompany you today." Sasuke looked into Itachi's eyes. There seemed to be emotions in there that he couldn't understand. Screen turned. Dinner table. Mikado, wearing an apron, was making a bento for Sasuke. Fugaku sat in front of the coffee table, picked up the teacup and took a sip. "Why doesn't my brother want to talk to me?" Mikado stopped what she was doing. Fugaku looked at the teacup in his hand, a little absent-minded. "That guy is a bit weird. He doesn't like to get close to others." Little Sasuke asked in confusion. "Why? I don't know. He is a person that even I, a father, could not understand." At this time, Mikado handed the lunchbox in her hand to Sasuke and said with a gentle smile, "Here, Sasuke. Your lunchbox. If you want to practice shuriken, come back from school and your mother will teach you." Sasuke took the lunchbox and emphasized, "It's not practice, it's training." Next scene on the streets of the Uchiha clan. Aunt Uchiha Jing, who was sweeping the floor, greeted Sasuke. "Sasuke, are we going to school next?" Uchiha Jing said with emotion. "I just saw Itachi. He is really amazing. He is already a first-class ninja. He graduated from the ninja school with the first place at the age of 7, and was promoted to Chunin at the age of 10. Sasuke also said, he could use the Sharingan when he was 8 years old. Uchiha Jing smiled and said, "That's right, he is the pride of our clan, Muai Village Minaga Shrine Key." Itachi is not the pride of the clan. The pride of the clan is only little Sasuke. It's just that he graduated at the age of 7 and could use the Sharingan at the age of 8, that's all. What's so great about that? The lady boss doesn't understand Itachi at all. That guy's heart is not with the clan at all. Chapter 159, Genocide Exposed. On-screen memories continue. By the way, Sasuke, how old are you this year? Sasuke's face was stunned for a moment. He lowered his head, looking a little lost. "I am now the same age as my brother when he graduated," Uchiha Jing asked curiously. "What's wrong with you?" At this time, Uchiha Jing's husband, Uchiha Tusho, came over and said, "Don't say such nonsense." Then, he said to Sasuke, "Sasuke, you and Itachi are both from our Uchiha clan, a famous family in the Hidden Leaf Village. Be confident. One day, you will become a ninja as powerful as Itachi." Sasuke nodded heavily. "Yes, I'm leaving. Keep going, study hard in the ninja school." Young Sasuke was determined. "Yes. I am also a member of the Uchiha clan like my brother. I will not lose to my brother, Ninja World Tisk. They are more than just a famous family in Konoha Village. The Uchiha clan is the legitimate descendant of the Six-Path Sage, the lineage of Indra, When you consider that the Uchiha are descendants of the Sage of Six Paths, it doesn't seem so surprising that he graduated from ninja school at the age of 7. Sasuke really won't lose to his brother, or even to anyone else. Will this memory explain what Sasuke brother has done? The perspective is only from the Uchiha clan. Is it related to the Uchiha clan? The compatriots killed by Uchiha Itachi don't refer to any Konoha ninjas, but his own people, right? On screen evening carrying a small backpack, Sasuke returned to the clan territory. It's getting late, the streets were empty. Sasuke's footsteps sounded unusually clear on this extremely silent street. Sasuke was running when he suddenly stopped. He raised his head and looked toward the telephone pole. What's going on? It felt like someone was there just now. After whispering this, Sasuke's pupils trembled. He looked at the houses around him and realized something was wrong. No lights. It's not time to go to bed yet. Sasuke quickened his pace when he ran to the street. He was suddenly startled. Blood was splattered everywhere on both sides of the street. There were still many corpses of the tribesmen lying on the ground. The pungent smell of blood made Sasuke stand there for a long time. How is this going? What on earth is going on? He clenched his fists and ran forward. After running a few steps, he suddenly stopped. Sasuke stared at the burned bodies of Uchiha Jio and Uchiha Ten on the ground. Uncle, and Sasuke had a bad feeling and his eyelids twitched. Dad, Mom. Thinking of this, he hurriedly ran towards home. There was no living thing on the road except corpses. When Sasuke ran to the door of his house, he opened it, but found the room empty. Dad, Mom, are you not here? Sasuke yelled as he headed upstairs. He searched every room, but still couldn't find his parents. Just then, he heard a noise and quickly ran in that direction. Sasuke stopped in front of a large door. As soon as his hand touched the handle, he suddenly pulled it back. Sasuke's forehead was covered in sweat and he clenched his teeth tightly. Someone is inside. Sasuke was shaking with fear. Move, finally. His worry for his parents gave him the courage to hold the door handle tightly with both hands. The door was pushed open. Sasuke saw his parents lying in a pool of blood, no longer breathing. Dad, Mom, Fire Nation. Itachi felt a little difficult to breathe. As expected, the ninja world without live broadcasts has finally reached that point. His ears moved, and the discussion of two young men not far away came into his ears clearly. Is this what Uchiha Itachi did? He actually killed his parents and his clan members. How could there be such a villain in the ninja world? No wonder Sasuke hates him so much. If I were Sasuke, I would probably want to eat him alive. Itachi sighed softly. The young man's indignant voice came to my ears again. Uchiha Itachi is just a beast, right? How could a human being do such a thing? Itachi slowly closed his eyes, hiding the complex emotions in them. He actually hoped that the people in the ninja world would always understand him in this way, because then the truth would not be exposed. Shisu's instructions, and the Uchiha name could be preserved. My village. The Uchiha clan has been exterminated. Everyone is dead. Oh my god. How could this happen? Did Itachi do this? How could there be such a wicked person in the village? The Uchiha clan is the bloodline of the Six Paths Sage. After knowing this, I have always believed that they are the treasure of the village. They are so powerful. How could they be exterminated? Uchiha clan, how could it be? Why would Itachi do such a thing? He even killed his own parents. Isn't he afraid of retribution? Even if he is more loyal to the village than to the clan, he wouldn't kill all the clan members, right? Patriarch's house. Sasuke looked pale. He finally understood why he would hate his brother so much in the future. How is it possible? Nissan, you actually killed Mom and Dad, and everyone else. Were they killed by you? Sasuke's vision went dark and he found it extremely difficult to breathe. This kind of thing. How can this kind of thing be true? Nissan is such a gentle person. You're lying to me, aren't you? Nissan wouldn't do something like that. Minaga Shrine. Uchiha Tihiro stood up suddenly, and the Sharingan in his eyes seemed to reveal a terrifying red light. Damn it. That bastard Itachi. I'm going to go and settle accounts with him. The Yashiro beside him held him tightly. Don't go alone. After the live broadcast is over, I will go with you. If you go alone, you will just die. Even if the coup failed, Sarutobi Hiruzen would not make the decision to exterminate the Uchiha. At least the old people and children are innocent. There are many clan members who did not get involved. Why would Uchiha Itachi do such a thing? He didn't even let his own parents go. What a bastard. Damn it. How could he do that to Fugaku-sama and Mikoto-sama? Even if the clan coup failed, he shouldn't have done it. Itachi, this bastard. He grew up eating the rice of his clan, but he used his clan's Sharingan and ninjutsu to slaughter his own people. I must kill him. I thought he only killed some tribesmen who resisted the coup, but he killed the whole tribe? The elder closed his eyes and let out a long sigh. You guys, calm down, Master Elder. After seeing this, how can you ask us to stay calm? I can't wait to find Itachi to settle the score. No wonder Master Sasuke hates him so much. The elder shook his head slightly and said, if Itachi really has the power to exterminate an entire clan, you won't be able to do anything to him no matter how angry you are. His words were like a bucket of cold water poured on the heads of the tribesmen. Chapter 160. Such a reason? Yet, since he can kill all the tribesmen by himself, what good will it do if we go to settle accounts with him? Isn't it just sending ourselves to die in vain? But, does that bastard Itachi really have that kind of strength? Even Lord Madara can't kill the whole clan silently, right? Even if it's a sneak attack, we're not useless. We can't just let him kill us without saying a word. Is it a barrier? Pure Land Hashirama looked stunned. Uchiha? How could something like this happen in the village? Tobirama frowned. What is going on? Why would Uchiha Itachi attack the Uchiha clan? If the Uchiha clan was exterminated, wouldn't that prove what Madara said to his elder brother? Izuna's eyes were red and he clenched his fists. Uchiha is gone. Even if they betrayed his eldest brother, even if he said that they deserved to be exterminated in the future, how could he not care about his own family? Izuna's voice was trembling. Brother. Uchiha. The Uchiha clan was exterminated by their own people. Uchiha? How could such a bastard clan member appear? Madara looked at this scene, feeling somewhat complicated but not much. This complexity was quickly suppressed by him. Was this Obito's work? In this way, Konoha has been successfully weakened. As long as you can successfully perform the infinite Tsukuyomi, the destroyed Uchiha will come back. On screen in the darkness, footsteps were heard. The figure walked over to the bodies of Fugaku and Mikoto. Sasuke's face was filled with fear, and his body kept backing away until he saw the man's face in the dark. Elder brother, Dad and Mom. Sasuke was a little upset. Why? Who did it? Ling. A shuriken slashed across Sasuke's shoulder with a hiss sound. Blood spurted out. Sasuke covered his arm and asked in disbelief. Brother, what are you doing? What are you going to do? Brother. Itachi looked at Sasuke's frightened expression with an indifferent expression. My stupid brother. As he said this, he closed his eyes. When he opened his eyes again, he cast a genjutsu on Sasuke. An illusion. Sasuke's figure appeared on the streets of the Uchiha clan. Kyune and shuriken pierced the bodies of the tribesmen one after another. Sasuke watched as his clansmen fell before his eyes one by one. Sasuke hugged his head and yelled in despair. Stop. Brother, don't let me see this kind of thing. Why did my brother do this? No. I don't want to see it. Sasuke watched as several tribesmen fearlessly rushed towards Itachi, but Itachi simply glared and all the tribesmen flew away. He saw Uchiha Tesho standing in front of Uchiha Jio, but was killed by Itachi using shuriken. He saw Itachi raise the knife in his hand and look at his parents. Sasuke's screams of collapse never stopped. Dad, Mom, stop. Brother, don't kill Dad and Mom. With a swish sound, the samurai sword fell. Illusion removal. Sasuke held his head in pain and knelt on the ground. He was so emotionally broken that his saliva was dripping from his mouth onto the ground. Why? Sasuke looked at the bodies of his parents, and Itachi, who was standing in front of them with an expressionless face. Why does my brother want to? Itachi said calmly, to test my own strength, testing strength. Just for this, Sasuke drooled and whispered, are you going to kill everyone just for this? Itachi looked at Sasuke, his eyes showing complicated emotions, as if he was telling 1,000 words. He slowly closed his eyes and said calmly, because this is very important. What is this? Sasuke suddenly jumped up and rushed towards Itachi. What a joke. Itachi punched him in the stomach. The crying and wailing of collapse stopped, and Sasuke fell to the ground with a plop. He slowly raised his head and looked at the bodies of his parents. The tears in his eyes could no longer be stopped and flowed down. Ninja World. Someone asked with a look of doubt in his life, just to test his own strength. He slaughtered his own clan? Uchiha Itachi said this was important. Such a reason? That's outrageous. For this ridiculous reason, he didn't even let ordinary people go. This kind of person is more extreme than Indra. I feel so sorry for Sasuke. I feel like he's even more desperate now than Kakashi was when he was going through Tsukuyomi. Sasuke, who has experienced this kind of thing himself, still cares about his companions and does not go to extremes in his thoughts. From this point of view, Sasuke's heart is actually kinder than most people. Alice. In this ninja world, the competition is not about who is stronger, but who has a more miserable experience, right? Sasuke's experience seems to be even more miserable than Naruto's. Some people couldn't help but sigh. Uchiha, the real descendant of the six-path sage, was exterminated just like that. Fire Nation Gaming Mansion. Asuma watched Ilu close his eyes and clasp his hands together just when he was still about to pray for the dead Uchiha clansman, chanting Amitabha or some scriptures, but what he heard from Dilu was this evil beast. Asuma couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. Moai Village Hokage Building. Saratobi Hirozen closed his eyes, sighed, and said, just as we have discussed before. If the Uchiha clan is not exposed for planning a coup, we will first define Itachi as an S-rank traitor to Konoha village, whose thoughts and strength are extremely dangerous. Everything will be considered with the stability of the village in mind first. Minaga Shrine. Uchiha Tiho's whole body was shaking uncontrollably. Asshole. Uchiha Takuma beside him wasn't much better. Did this guy really massacre the entire clan with just his own strength? His eyes were full of anger, but if you looked closely, it was not difficult to see the fear and relief deep in his eyes. Fortunately that bastard is not on the clan right now. Otherwise, if the live broadcast exposed what he would do in the future, he would probably be desperate and take action against the clan in advance. On screen a foot appeared in front of Sasuke, who was crying for his parents. Terrible, so terrible. Sasuke looked horrified. He yelled, got up and ran outside. His face was full of tears, and he closed his eyes and shouted in despair, don't kill me. After a while Sasuke slowly stopped and looked at Itachi, who was standing in front of him. Don't kill me, Itachi said slowly. People like you are not worth killing, my foolish brother. If you want to kill me, then hate me, despise me, and then live your ugly life. Run away as hard as you can, and live as hard as you can. The memory ends. Ninja world. I never thought there would be such a villain in the ninja world. I thought Bai's father was evil enough. Bai's father wanted to kill Bai and his mother so that there would be no more chaos and disaster in the land of water. Uchiha Itachi just wanted to test his own strength. At least Bai's father did it for his country. Although I don't quite agree with his actions, the water country has been in a long-term civil war. The bloodline limit used by people will indeed bring disaster and war to the country. How can a guy like Uchiha Itachi compare with him? Chapter 161. Super Evil Organization. On screen Itachi looked down at Naruto, his Sharingan eyes full of oppression. Let's go outside. Sweat broke out on Naruto's face. These guys are not ordinary people. Naruto obediently walked out of the room. Kisame suggested, Mr. Itachi, it would be troublesome if he ran away, so let's cut off one of his legs first. Itachi said nothing. Kisame held Samehuda and took 2 steps towards Naruto. Naruto watched in horror as Kisame got closer. At this time, Itachi suddenly said, long time no see. Sasuke. Sasuke stared at him with his Sharingan. Uchiha Itachi. Kisame glanced at Sasuke, put away Samehuda and asked, there is a Sharingan? And he looks very similar to you. Who is that person? My younger brother. Kisame looked a little surprised. I heard that the entire Uchiha clan was killed by you. Blue lightning flashed in Sasuke's eyes, and he roared angrily at Itachi. Uchiha Itachi, I did what you said. I hated you, I despised you, and I wanted to kill you. That's why I'm still alive today. I'm going to kill you. After saying that, he rushed directly towards Itachi. Ugh. Go to hell. There was a boom. After the smoke cleared, Sasuke's hand, which was glowing blue, was casually held by Itachi. Naruto was stunned. What's going on? Sasuke's ninjutsu was broken so easily. He saw Itachi's grip getting tighter and tighter and Sasuke howling in pain, and he knew something was wrong. Naruto knew that he and Sasuke could not defeat such an enemy, so he directly released the Nine Tails chakra. Kisame and Itachi looked at him at the same time. Chakra begins to fill this space. I see. Is this the Nine Tails chakra? Sasuke twitched his hand hateful. Itachi twisted his hand. It's in the way. Crack. Sasuke, whose arm was broken, screamed and fell to his knees. Sasuke. Damn it. Naruto bit his finger. Ninjutsu, psychic calling. Kisame raised Samehuda and chopped it down with a knife. Too slow. With a slash of the sword, the chakra around Naruto dissipated immediately. I can't feel the chakra anymore. Naruto tried to form hand seals, but he couldn't mobilize any chakra. Damn it. Why is this happening? Kisame picked up Samehuda again and said, my Samehuda can also cut off and devour chakra. It will be troublesome for you to use ninjutsu. Rather than chopping off the foot, it is better to chop off the hand first. As he said this, he chopped down with his knife just as his sword was about to hit Naruto. There was a bang and smoke filled the air. The iron wall toad of Myaboku Mountain stood in front of Naruto. Then there was another bang. Jiraiya appeared behind Naruto carrying the beautiful woman. You guys really don't know me well enough. A manly Jiraiya would not be tempted by women, and would be even better at using sweet words to deceive women. I won't be tempted by a woman's beauty. Women will come to men like me on their own initiative. Ninja world, this guy is finally back. Naruto and Sasuke should be safe now. No. The danger is not over yet. Uchiha Itachi has the power to kill the entire Uchiha clan. How many people in the ninja world can do this? So Jiraiya may not be Uchiha Itachi's opponent. I never thought that the fat-faced Kisame I saw last month would be so powerful. He easily split the Nine Tails chakra with just one sword. On screen, the atmosphere was silent for a while. Jiraiya looked embarrassed when he saw that no one was paying attention to him. After being speechless for a while, Naruto turned around, pointed at him and said angrily, "A woman's lowly trick of flirting with you obviously makes you so excited. Stop showing off. You lecherous immortal." Jiraiya scratched his head. "I told you not to call me that in front of others. This is so annoying." Naruto pointed at Kisame and Itachi behind him and said, "Let's not talk about this anymore. These guys are not ordinary people, they are lecherous sages. Do you understand?" "Lecherous sages?" Jiraiya burst into tears and yelled at Naruto. "I told you not to call me a lecherous sage." Kisame smiled and said, "Because you are Jiraiya-sama, who is known as one of the 3 legendary ninjas. Even if you are a super lustful person, I didn't expect to deceive you so easily. It seems that the illusion cast on that woman has been solved." Naruto was shocked. "You even know the true identity of the lecherous immortal?" Jiraiya put the beautiful woman on his shoulders on the ground. "In order to lure me away from Naruto, you used hypnosis to cast an illusion on the woman. What a scumbag's method. The target is Naruto after all." Itachi thought back to what Kakashi had said. No wonder Mr. Kakashi also knew about this. So that's how it is. Are you the source of this information? Taking Naruto away is the highest order given to us by our organization, Akatsuki. Jiraiya stared fiercely at Itachi's 3 Magatama Sharingan. "I won't let you take Naruto away," Itachi said calmly. "That may not be the case." Rain Counter. A big question mark appeared on Zionan's forehead. Wasn't he a member of Akatsuki in the future? Why did he tell Jiraiya-sensei about Akatsuki's plans so easily? Naruto stood up for Sasuke and said, "Who would kill their own people just to test their own strength?" Zionan nodded in agreement. "That's true." Then she saw Naruto's face turn pale, and couldn't help but ask curiously, "What's wrong with you? Why are you so scared? Your clothes are the same as those of the 2 guys on the screen, and you also taken traitors like Itachi, including the guy who rode a white bird and captured Gaara. Your Akatsuki organization is actually a super evil organization, right?" Tendo Pain shook his head and patiently explained to Naruto, "Akatsuki's goal is to bring peace to the ninja world. What kind of person Itachi is and what he has done are not important to Akatsuki. What is important is that his strength is of use to Akatsuki." Itachi was able to wipe out the entire Uchiha clan by himself without alerting the ninjas of Konoha village. This shows how powerful he is. Akatsuki needs people with such strength to contribute to the peace of the ninja world. This also applies to you, Naruto. Akatsuki will do its best to train you so that you will have the strength to change the ninja world. Fire Nation Muai Village Midamanen said, "I think Itachi wants to tell Jiraiya that Akatsuki is a dangerous organization." Sarutobi Hiruzen rubbed his brows. Jiraiya seems to not understand the meaning of Itachi's words. This idiot. On screen the atmosphere in the field became increasingly tense just when Jiraiya was about to take action. He was interrupted by Sasuke. "Don't interfere." Sasuke stood up, enduring the pain in his arm. "The one who killed this guy is me." Itachi glanced at Sasuke and said, "I am not interested in you now." Sasuke punched him. "You must be joking." Itachi kicked him away with a bang. Sasuke's body flew backwards and hit the wall at the end of the corridor. Chapter 162 Fight with me. Asshole. Naruto saw this and wanted to go over to help. Sasuke shouted loudly while enduring the pain in his abdomen. "Naruto. Didn't I tell you not to interfere?" He stood up with difficulty. "I should have said that I lied for this day." "This is the day?" Sasuke's double Magatama Sharingan appeared in his eyes, and he clenched his fists and rushed towards Itachi. Itachi casually punched Sasuke in the face, knocking him out again. A few drops of sweat slid down Naruto's cheeks. Sasuke struggled to get up, his voice mixed with pain as he said, "This is my battle." Itachi looked at him for a moment, then slowly said, "Okay." When Jiraiya heard that Itachi actually agreed to Sasuke, he was stunned, and just as he was about to move, he was stopped by Kisame. "Did you hear that? This is a fight between the 2 of them. Don't be tactless." Itachi walked slowly towards Sasuke. Sasuke looked at Itachi, who was standing in front of him and seemed to be full of flaws just right. Sasuke raised his fist. "Itachi, need him." And Sasuke's eyes suddenly widened and blood spurted out of his mouth. This made many Sasuke fans in the ninja world very angry. Damn it. How dare you do this to your own brother, haha. This guy is capable of exterminating his own clan, so why should we be surprised that he would do the same to his own brother? How did the Uchiha clan offend him? Is he seeking revenge against all Uchiha? Why didn't Uchiha Itachi kill Sasuke? Could it be for the eternal eye? Yes, it's really possible. Itachi Uchiha treated Sasuke so well when he was a child. Was it all just an act? This man is really too cunning. Muai village Minaga shrine. The Uchiha clan members were moved to tears. Sasuke-chan, don't stand up again. You can't beat that guy right now. Damn Itachi, that bastard. He won't kill Sasuke directly, right? No. He won't kill Master Sasuke. He must have known the secret of the eternal eyes, so he kept Sasuke alive and made Sasuke hate him. His purpose is to hide from Sasuke's eyes after he opens them. This conjecture made the Uchiha clan members shudder. Terrible. Just like Sasuke said, Itachi is too scary. On screen Sasuke endured Itachi's attack without any ability to resist. Nothing has changed since then. Why is the gap so big? Sasuke's body hit the ground with a thud. What have I been doing until now? What on earth am I? Itachi grabbed Sasuke by the collar and lifted him up. You are very weak. Why are you so weak? He put his mouth close to Sasuke's ear. Because it's not enough. Hate for me. After saying that, he closed his eyes, and when he opened them again, his eyes had turned into the shape of a kaleidoscope. Tsukuyomi space. Sasuke glanced around. Here it is. Could this be? He looked at his shrunken palm with a look of fear on his face. It was just as he expected. In front of him, the figures of his parents and Itachi appeared. Yes, this is our home. Sasuke looked at his parents kneeling on the ground and shouted, Dad, Mom. The next moment, Itachi appeared behind the two of them. You are weak. 24 hours from now, you will wander around that day. Sasuke's eyes widened in shock. Stop, stop. He held his head in pain. The inn was filled with Sasuke's desperate and painful roars. Hearing Sasuke's wailing, Naruto couldn't bear it anymore and rushed towards Itachi. Stop it, you bastard. Just as Kisame went to chase Naruto, Jiraiya formed seals with both hands. Ninjutsu, toad mouth binding technique. What a pity, Itachi. Kisame, you are already in my stomach. I summoned the esophagus of the giant toad of Iwajuku and Myabakuzen. Anyway, you are all wanted criminals, so just become the toad's food. Naruto took in his surroundings. What is this? Itachi suddenly said. Kisame, come here. After saying that, he took the lead and ran towards the corner. After Kisame pulled out the shark muscle that was stuck to his stomach tract, he hurriedly followed. Then, Itachi used Amaterasu to burn a hole at the end of the stomach tract, and the two escaped together. Ninja World. Watching the scene of your parents' death over and over again for 24 hours. How could there be a brother like Uchiha Itachi in the world? Uchiha Itachi, can you be any more ruthless? Even if I'm not Sasuke, I hate him to death. Perhaps this is the reason why Sasuke has changed? After what happened this time, he must be very eager for strength to seek revenge on Uchiha Itachi. On screen it's time for the next scene. Konoha Hospital. Sasuke, your injury is not a big deal. Naruto is relieved too. Sakura stood up from her chair and asked, Sasuke, are you hungry? Is there anything you want to eat? I'll go buy something. Sasuke lowered his head and sat blankly on the hospital bed, recalling in his mind what Itachi had said to him. I'm not interested in you right now. Recalling what Jiraiya said, is Naruto the target after all? Sasuke gritted his teeth until Sakura came back with a paper bag. I bought apples, don't you hate it? As she spoke, she took out an apple. Look, it looks delicious. Oops. Where is the knife? Naruto walked in and laughed. Isn't it right in front of you? Because you are so clumsy in front of Sasuke, I don't want you to call me clumsy. Sasuke glanced at Naruto, recalling his battle against Gaara and how he looked when he summoned the toad. Naruto, whose back one could only see, had become so powerful without anyone noticing. Then, Itachi's image appeared in his mind again. You are too weak. Why are you weak? Because it is not enough. Hatred is not enough. Sasuke looked unwilling on the side. Sakura cut a peeled apple into small pieces, inserted toothpicks into them and handed them to Sasuke. Sasuke slapped the apple and the plate away. The plate hit Naruto on the head. Hey. It hurts. What happened? Naruto noticed that Sasuke's eyes were not right, so he asked, What are you doing? You don't have to stare at me like that, right? There was silence for a moment before Sasuke finally spoke. Hello. Naruto, what to do? Come and fight me now. Sakura was shocked. Naruto looked stunned and said, What? But Granny Tsunade just healed your injury? What are you talking about? Sasuke glared at Naruto with his double Magatama Sharingan and shouted, "Don't ask. Fight me." Does she think that's saving me? I don't care about the 5th generation or anything like that. It's just meddling. After hearing what Sasuke said, Naruto's eyes darkened. What? Sasuke stood up, glared at Naruto and said, "Haven't you always said you wanted to fight me? I want you to fight me now, or are you afraid?" Naruto stared at him for a moment, then said in a deep voice, "That's just what I want. I've always wanted to fight you." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 163 Rooftop Battle. Ninja World. Why did Sasuke suddenly want to fight Naruto? And Naruto said that it was Tsunade who saved Sasuke, so what Sasuke said was too. I feel like this is really ungrateful. Sasuke, who just went through that, is at his most depressed, and he needs to release his emotions. I've also been in this situation, and I've said a lot of cruel things to people close to me, but that wasn't my intention, so I understand Sasuke now. Sasuke's emotions are much more serious than mine were at that time, Alice. But Sasuke is like this. The only people he can hurt are those who care about him, haha. Of course, it's also possible that I'm overthinking it. There may be many details between Naruto and Sasuke that we haven't seen. Sasuke's feet are on the apples. Isn't he afraid of getting sticky? Fire Nation. Tsunade looked surprised. The nosy got aim? Are you talking about me? Thinking of this, she quickly shook her head, denying this unreliable idea. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Muai Village Hokage building the 5th generation is meddling in other people's business. Sasuke, who was treated by Tsunade, meddling in other people's business. Does this mean that Tsunade in the future is willing to return to the village? Sarutobi Hiruzen stood up from his chair excitedly on screen. The two walked to the hospital rooftop in silence and stood facing each other. What does this feel like? My lower abdomen is shaking, and I'm eager to try. Naruto's mind flashed back to what Sasuke had said to him during the Chunin exams. I want to fight you, too. Sasuke frowned and asked, what's so funny? It's not a smile, it's excitement. Because I think I can finally beat you here. Sasuke felt a surge of anger in his heart. Itachi said he had no interest in him, but later they said that taking Naruto away was the highest order given to them by the Akatsuki organization. It seems, he is not as good as Naruto. Sasuke said angrily, how dare you, a lowly person like you, speak so arrogantly. I won't be a slacker for the rest of my life and be an eyesore to you, you bastard. Don't let your mediocre self get carried away. Naruto sneered loudly. How could you be so angry when you are always so calm? It's really unlike you. Are you the one who is afraid of picking a fight? Sasuke said impatiently, stop talking nonsense, hurry up, put on your forehead protector first. I'll wait for you. Sasuke pointed at his forehead and said to Naruto contemptuously, I don't need that kind of thing. You can't hurt my forehead at all, Naruto loudly retorted, that's not what I meant. This is proof that we are fighting on equal terms as Konoha ninjas, that's why I said you're too arrogant. Do you think you're my equal? Yet. I've always thought so. I've never felt that I'm inferior to you, you are such an eyesore, that's because you've always been so weak. Little Sasuke, Naruto's words completely aroused Sasuke's anger, and he rushed towards Naruto first. Naruto, Sasuke, when the two men got close, their fists were grasped by each other's hands at the same time. Sasuke kicked him but was caught by Naruto. Sasuke twisted his body suddenly, supported himself with one hand, and kicked Naruto away with his other foot. Then, Sasuke chased and attacked Naruto relentlessly, and after finding a flaw, he knocked Naruto away again, and smashed him into the sheets hanging out to dry in the hospital. Sasuke ran forward and pulled away the bed sheet that had fallen on the ground. But there was no trace of Naruto inside. He sensed something was wrong and quickly jumped into the air. He then felt a shadow above him, and when he looked up he saw it was Naruto standing on the water tower. Naruto jumped up from the water tower and punched Sasuke. Sasuke raised his arm to block, but was still knocked away by Naruto's punch. After another round of physical skills, Naruto used multiple shadow clones, and after finding an opportunity, he kicked Sasuke into the air. Uzumaki, Naruto's continuous attack. Madara, Naruto's shadow clone, raised his foot and smashed it hard at Sasuke, but this kick was blocked by Sasuke's arm, and then Sasuke quickly formed a hand seal. And his Sharingan seemed to have seen through that Naruto was also a shadow clone. Naruto's shadow clone broke out in sweat on his face. It is the seal of the tiger, Sasuke turned in midair and sprayed a huge fireball at the group of Naruto's shadow clones below. Fire style, great fireball technique. Boom, the flames covered Naruto's body and his shadow clones. Ninja World, I didn't hold back. Naruto looks like he really wants to defeat Sasuke. The relationship between Naruto and Sasuke seems complicated. They are teammates and rivals at the same time. Since he graduated from ninja school, Naruto has been chasing after Sasuke until now. In fact, Naruto has always wanted to fight Sasuke, right? For Naruto, Sasuke is the person he always hopes to be on equal terms with. He didn't hold back at all in this fight, probably because he couldn't stand Sasuke's contemptuous provocation. What Naruto needs most right now is Sasuke's recognition. This may be more important than the recognition of the villagers. On screen, after the flames gradually dissipated, Sasuke stared at the blue chakra ball in Naruto's hand in shock. What? What is that technique? His Sharingan could see that the chakra contained in that technique was not weak Chidori. Sasuke gathered electricity in his heart and dived towards Naruto below. Naruto was not to be outdone and rushed towards Sasuke in mid-air. I must win you. Stop dreaming. Just then, a loud shout was heard. Stop it. Sakura desperately ran between the two of them. Sasuke frowned. Damn it. A drop of cold sweat rolled down Naruto's cheek. I can't stop. Suddenly, a pair of hands grabbed Naruto and Sasuke's hands and threw them away with a bang. The two ninjutsu hit the two water towers respectively. Kakashi stared at him with dead eyes and asked, "What are you doing on the top floor of the hospital? I say, if you fight, isn't that a bit too much?" Naruto gasped and removed his hand from the water tower, and a stream of water flowed out of the small hole on the water tower. Sasuke's entire arm was stuck in the water tower. He pulled his hand out and a huge stream of water gushed out. Sasuke had a smug smile on his face. Want to kill Naruto? Sasuke was startled and looked up at the source of the voice. At some point, Kakashi was already sitting on top of the water tower. He looked down at Sasuke and said, "I'm telling you to stop dwelling on your sense of superiority." Seeing Sasuke staring at him, Kakashi continued, "The Chidori just now was not the size to be used on fellow villagers. Why do you do such a childish thing?" Sasuke ignored Kakashi and jumped onto the balcony behind the railing. The sound of water splashing was heard, and Sasuke looked up and was stunned. I saw a huge hole behind the water tower that Naruto had hit. Sasuke gritted his teeth and clenched his fists tightly. Hateful. Naruto, how strong are you? Ninja World, after what happened? Sasuke seems to care less and less about his companions. Will the fate of Indra and Ashura begin with this fight? Naruto's ninjutsu is the yellow flashing Rasengan, right? It's stronger than Sasuke's Chidori. By the way, when will Naruto awaken would release? Chapter 164. There is a story. From the time Sasuke called Naruto a coward, Naruto got angry, to the time Naruto started calling Sasuke a coward, Naruto has been growing and getting stronger, while Sasuke has been narrowing the gap between him and Naruto. Now Naruto is even stronger than him. This time, Sasuke, who is carrying the hatred, should wake up. Alice. Sasuke has always been immersed in his hatred for his brother. Because of the hatred in his heart for his brother, he has always denied Naruto's strength. Because once he admits it, it is equivalent to denying that his hatred for Itachi is not enough. So even though he wants to seek revenge on Itachi, he is not growing as fast as Naruto. How can he be willing? On screen, next scene, Kakashi gently comforted Sakura, who was wiping her tears, and then went to find Sasuke. Naruto came in front of Sakura, with resentment in his eyes for not being able to decide the winner with Sasuke. He said, "Zaioi, please don't interfere with us." Sakura was stunned. Naruto was feeling a little down after walking out of the hospital. Even when he saw Jiraiya leaning against the wall, he didn't say hello. Jiraiya lowered his head, seems to be recalling something. Naruto and Sasuke are really like him and Orochimaru. The other side, Sasuke sat back against a tree, recalling what Itachi had done to him. Then he thought of the destructive power of Naruto's Rasengan, and jealousy was written all over his face. The next moment, he was tied to a tree with wire by Kakashi, who suddenly appeared. Sasuke stared at Kakashi and said angrily, "What do you mean? If not, you would have run away, wouldn't you? You're not the type to listen to others' lectures, right?" After saying this softly, Kakashi lowered his eyes. "Sasuke, let's forget about revenge." Ninja World, what did Kakashi say? He said to let Sasuke let go of his hatred. Is Kakashi an idiot for saying such things? He doesn't look stupid, does he? Who else would be able to give up hatred if their clan was wiped out and their parents were killed? Kakashi is actually a very childish guy, right? Pure Land. Tobirama looked at Kakashi, looking thoughtful. No wonder you will become the 6th generation in the future." In addition to his strength, Kakashi must have experienced a lot and seen many truths. Avengers filled with hatred will never have a good ending. For example, his younger brother, Senju Itama, he hated the Uchiha because they killed their brother, Senju Kairama, and killed many of their clan members, so Itama died. Even if revenge is successful, what remains is the emptiness in the soul. When the Avenger, who is full of hatred, succeeds in his revenge, it seems that he has lost the meaning of life. So what Kakashi said to Sasuke was indeed for Sasuke's own good. Izuna said in disbelief, "Is this something an adult should say? That guy named Uchiha Itachi didn't even let go of the Uchiha civilians. As the Uchiha who jointly protected Konoha, his entire family was wiped out. He wants the Uchiha clan to give up their hatred." On screen what? Sasuke frowned tightly, his eyes filled with hostility. "Alice, I have seen too many people like you in this line of work. Those who always talk about revenge have a bad ending. They are all miserable. They will only hurt themselves more and suffer more. Even if revenge is successful, all that is left is emptiness." After hearing what Kakashi said, Sasuke flew into a rage. "Shut up. What do you know? Stop pretending to know and talking nonsense," Kakashi said calmly. "Okay, calm down. How about if I kill the person you cherish most right now? Then you will realize how ridiculous your words are." "Well, that's fine. But unfortunately, none of the people I cherish the most are alive anymore. They were killed a long time ago." Sasuke's pupils contracted and the anger on his face disappeared. In the divine space Obito was startled. "That Kakashi guy, yes, none of the people Kakashi cherished the most were left. His father died, his teammates died, and his master and his wife were killed by him. In fact, Kakashi had experienced more pain than him. Ninja world, the people you cherish most, were all killed." Perhaps, I understand the meaning of what he said to Sasuke. He is indeed qualified to persuade Sasuke in this way. Kakashi is also a man with a story. There's a story. In this ninja world, that's not a good word. On screen Kakashi continued, "I have lived longer than you, and times have been worse. I have experienced the pain of loss countless times." Sasuke slowly lowered his head. "In short, you and I are both unlucky guys. This is irrefutable. However, we are not the most unfortunate." Sasuke was stunned. Kakashi narrowed his eyes into crescents and smiled. "It's good for me and you. Haven't we both found important companions? It is because of loss that we understand." As he spoke, Kakashi loosened his grip on the wire. "Chidori, this power is given to you after you find something important. This power is not for you to use against your companions or for revenge. You should know where it should be used. Think carefully about whether what I said is right or not." After saying that, Kakashi disappeared in front of Sasuke in a flash, wanting to leave him space to think independently, but Kakashi seemed to have made a mistake. Screen turn. Come evening, Sasuke was still sitting there in a daze when he recalled Naruto and Sakura. It always reminded him of Itachi. Damn it. Damn it. At this moment, the four sound ninjas who had sneaked into Konoha appeared in front of Sasuke after a back and forth fight. Sakura and Yukin lifted up one of Sasuke's legs and said disdainfully, "Why do you want such a guy? Lord Orochimaru is really something. From this point of view, he is not as good as Kimimaro. However, if you stay in this kind of garbage village, you will only stay where you are forever and will never become stronger." Sasuke thought helplessly, how could it be? All the bullets hit this guy, but he doesn't seem to be hurt at all. Sasuke and Yukin looked down at Sasuke's eyes and said sarcastically, "If you play a painless ninja game with your companions, you will only become corrupt." Teuaya appeared beside them and said, "Come with us. This way, Lord Orochimaru will give you strength, but there's no point in forcing you to go there. You decide for yourself." "Really? Lord Orochimaru asked us to do such a troublesome thing." Seeing that Sasuke didn't respond, Sakura and Yukin impatiently threw Sasuke against the wall. "Come or not." Sasuke screamed in pain as his body was smashed against the wall. Four figures surrounded Sasuke. "Explain it to me clearly. If you keep on dithering like this, I'll kill you." Ninja world, these guys seem to look down on Sasuke. Chapter 165, Sasuke's Choice. Why do I feel like they look down on Konoha Village even more? But it's true, because the peaceful environment of Konoha Village certainly can't help Sasuke improve his strength quickly. But that guy Orochimaru doesn't have good intentions, right? Even though they are not much different in age, Sasuke, a member of the Uchiha clan, can't even beat one of Orochimaru's subordinates. Perhaps, it is his best choice for Sasuke to go to Orochimaru. Is there a high probability that Sasuke will defect from Konoha and go to Orochimaru? Naruto and Sakura will definitely be very sad, right? On one side is companions, on the other side is power. What will Sasuke choose? I hope he won't let Kakashi waste his breath. But any normal person would choose to gain power to seek revenge, right? Giving up hatred or something like that, you have to wait until you have truly experienced it, have taken revenge, and have felt empty, before you can preach to others about it. On screen Sasuke looked furious, and the curse mark on his body began to spread as soon as he rushed towards the four people. He was kicked back by Zuojin and Yujin. Sasuke looked up at him in disbelief. Sakon and Yukin pointed at the curse seal on their faces and said, "You are not the only one that Orochimaru has taken a fancy to. Don't use the curse seal carelessly." Sasuke looked at him in shock. "By the way, it seems that you still don't know how to control the curse seal. The price we paid for the power of the curse seal was being bound by Lord Orochimaru. We no longer have any freedom. To gain something, we must give it up first. What is your purpose? In this hothouse village, licking your wounds with your companions? And then you forgot? Did you forget about Uchiha Itachi?" Sasuke's eyes widened. He seemed to have woken up. Zuojin and Yujin said calmly, "Remember your purpose. This village is nothing but a cage for you. Cut off this boring relationship immediately. Only in this way can you gain more powerful strength. Don't forget your purpose." After saying that, the four figures disappeared. Ninja World Tisk. As expected of a guy trained by a rebel ninja, he actually made defection sound so refreshing. What they said does make sense. An environment like Konoha is a hothouse for an Avenger. Sasuke's strength is actually stronger than most of the Chunin in the small ninja villages in the ninja world, but he is still no match for any of these four people of the same age. Curse seal? I'm a little tempted by this. As long as I can gain power, I'm willing to give up my freedom. I have a feeling that Sasuke will leave Konoha. Why? Why is defecting from the ninja village so lightly described? Why is this guy who goes against the mainstream thinking so powerful? On screen after returning home, Sasuke looked at the group photo of Team 7 for a long time, then put the photo frame on the table screen. Sasuke put his hands in his pockets and walked on the road leaving Konoha in front. Sakura was waiting there in advance because she kept recalling Orochimaru's figure and had a bad feeling in her heart. The result disappointed her a little, as she had indeed waited for Sasuke. "It's so late, what are you doing here?" Sakura dropped her head. "Because this is the only way out of the village." Sasuke walked slowly past her and said calmly, "Go back to sleep." Tears rolled down Sakura's cheeks and she looked back at Sasuke's back. "Why? Why don't you tell me anything? Why are you always silent and don't say a word to me?" Sasuke's tone became heavier, and he interrupted, "Why should I tell you? That's why I told you that you are being sentimental and don't bother with my business." Sakura lowered her head and said sadly, "I only make you hate me, Sasuke. Remember? The day when we just became Jinan and formed a 3-person team, this is where I made you really angry when Sasuke and I were alone for the first time." In Sakura's memories she said to Sasuke, "Don't worry about Naruto for now. He always pesters you, Sasuke. It turns out that no one teaches him well. Look, doesn't he have parents? He always does whatever he wants. If I did something like that, my parents would be very angry. He is alone and his parents have never scolded him, so he is very willful in many things." Loneliness, Sasuke said slowly, "it is not comparable to the pain of being scolded by parents. You are so annoying." End of memories. Sakura's words hurt Kushina's heart. Naruto has no parents, so he is so naughty and willful. Ninja World, doesn't this just mean that Naruto is uneducated? Sakura actually said something like that? Haha, Sasuke is right, she is really annoying. Kushina wanted to teach Naruto well, but she couldn't do it. Sakura, don't you think that Sasuke likes her just because she speaks up for him? Naruto wasn't that naughty when he was little, was he? He just drew a picture of a shadow rock and was upset with Sasuke, right? How can that be considered uneducated? I actually think he's pretty cute. Sasuke really understands Naruto. Compared to loneliness, what does Sakura's pain from being scolded by her parents mean? Even the reincarnation of Indra has more empathy than Sakura. Fire Nation Muai Village Alice. Actually, if Naruto wasn't the 4th Hokage's child, he would have caused a lot of trouble for everyone, yet. But now he can paint whatever he wants. At worst I can help him wipe it off. After knowing that Naruto is the son of the 4th generation, their tolerance towards Naruto became stronger than ever before. Uchiha Clan Nanhon Shrine. Sakura looks really ordinary, and there's nothing likable about her. Why did Lord Sasuke marry her? Was he moved by her persistence? Naruto has become Jiraiya's apprentice, and Sasuke-sama has gone to Orochimaru to seek power. If this continues, Sakura can only watch their backs getting farther and farther away. Uchiha Chihiro wiped away his tears. Orochimaru just killed the 3rd Hokage. In Sasuke's eyes, Orochimaru must be a very evil and dangerous person, right? But in order to avenge us, he went alone to Orochimaru to seek strength. How much suffering did Sasuke-sama endure along the way to avenge us? How much humiliation did he suffer? Even the minions around Orochimaru dared to mock the future strongest man of our clan. On screen Sasuke said calmly, "I don't remember." Sakura's tears, which had just stopped, began to flow again. She knows after Sasuke said this, it proved that Sasuke has now made up his mind to abandon the feelings of Team 7. Tears fell to the ground one by one, and Sakura choked with sobs and laughed. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but from that day on, Sasuke and I, as well as Naruto and Kakashi, the four of us completed many missions together. It was hard and tiring, and full of difficulties. But, it was happier than anything. It was happier than anything. Chapter 166 The Valley of the End. I know about Sasuke's family, but revenge alone will not make anyone happy. No one. Sasuke or me. Sasuke was silent for a moment, and finally spoke. As expected, Sakura was stunned. Sasuke said, "I am different from you. The path you and I take will never intersect again. The four of us have walked this path together, and indeed I once thought that it was my own path. But even though the four of us have walked this path together, I am still determined to take revenge in the end." Having said that, Sasuke's eyes were firm. "This is what I live for. I can never be like you or Naruto, Ninja World." For some reason, I feel even more sorry for Sasuke. Maybe he wants to stay in the village, too? He obviously cares about his teammates in Team 7. Will Sasuke feel confused about his future after leaving this village? Although I don't know, but he will definitely feel lonely, right? The path that Sasuke has chosen is so lonely that most people can't even imagine it. Is this fate? On screen Sakura said with tears in her eyes, "Sasuke, are you going to choose to let yourself be alone again? Sasuke taught me how painful loneliness is back then. I feel the pain of loneliness now. I have family and friends, but without Sasuke, I would be the same as being alone." Sasuke turned his back to Sakura and said slowly, "We are just embarking on our own new paths at this moment." Sakura closed her eyes and said loudly, I love Sasuke the most. I love him so much. If Sasuke is willing to be with me, I will never let you regret it. I will make you happy every day. You will definitely be very happy. I am willing to do anything for Sasuke. So, please, don't leave. I will help you with revenge, and I will definitely find a way. So stay with me." Seeing that Sasuke was unmoved, Sakura's tearful eyes showed a look of determination. "If that doesn't work, please take me with you." Sasuke suppressed the complex feelings in his heart, turned around and said coldly, "You are really annoying." After saying that, he turned around and continued walking out of the village. "Don't go. If you go, I'll scream." Next moment with a swish, Sasuke appeared behind Sakura. The scene seemed to be still. Neither of them moved, only the leaves were blown around by the evening breeze. A moment later Sasuke whispered, "Sakura, thank you." Sakura's eyes widened, then she slowly closed her eyes and fell down. Ninja World. Sakura's confession was not at the right time. In fact, if Sakura really cared about Sasuke, she shouldn't have stopped him from becoming stronger. It's inevitable that Sasuke will succeed in revenge after he becomes stronger, but that's not possible in Konoha. She doesn't understand Sasuke's feelings of losing everything. Naruto has Jiraiya to teach him, but Sasuke only has Kakashi to teach him. Sasuke taught by Kakashi can't deal with Uchiha Itachi. Only Orochimaru, one of the three ninjas, can possibly deal with him. After all, that's a Mangekyo, and one person can destroy a great ninja clan. On screen when Sasuke walked out of the village, the four sound ninjas knelt on one knee. "I have been waiting for a long time, Master Sasuke." Sasuke was a little confused and asked, "What kind of wind is this?" Sakura and Yukin, who were kneeling on the ground, said respectfully, "From the moment you stepped out of Konoha village, you became our leader. Please forgive me for my rudeness just now." Sasuke snorted and walked past them. "That kind of thing doesn't matter. Let's go." Muai Village Minaga Shrine. The Uchiha clan members were satisfied after seeing this scene. That's pretty much it. A genius ninja from the Uchiha clan should be treated like this wherever he goes. It seems that Orochimaru really values Sasuke-sama, but what does Orochimaru want? Did the Uchiha ever do him a favor? Is this true? How come I don't know about it? Could it be that Orochimaru and Itachi are enemies? Makes sense. On screen next scene Naruto finally caught up with Sasuke when he reached the Valley of the End. The two stood on top of the rock and looked at each other. Sasuke was silent for a moment, then turned around and tried to leave. Naruto yelled, "Are you running away from me?" Sasuke stopped and looked at Naruto. Naruto looked at the curse seal on Sasuke's face and his pupils fluttered. "Hey, super idiot, is it your turn this time?" Naruto frowned, recalling the words Sakura said to him while crying, "I can't do it. I can't stop Sasuke alone. The only one who can stop Sasuke and save him now is you, Naruto. Naruto, this is my life's request, bring Sasuke back, bring Sasuke back." Sasuke said expressionlessly, "I told Sakura to, don't bother me anymore." Naruto was stunned, and recalled the scenes of his time with Sasuke. His fists clenched tighter and tighter. Naruto looked a little sad. Why? Why, Sasuke? At this point, he roared loudly, "Why did you become like this?" In Naruto's mind, the embarrassed figures of Shaji, Neji, Kiba, Shikamaru, Rock Lee and others emerged in order to get Sasuke back. These companions fought against the Sound Four and Kimimaro. The four were so powerful that even two senior ninjas were seriously injured when facing them and almost died in their hands, but Sasuke looked like he didn't care at all. "What I have become, does it have anything to do with you? I have my own path, no matter who it is, there is no reason to blame me. To put it bluntly, my days of fooling around with you guys in Konoha are over. Go back." Naruto's pupils widened, a drop of sweat slid down his dirty face, and he looked at Sasuke in disbelief. His voice was hoarse. Everyone is desperately chasing after you." Sasuke tilted his head slightly and said nonchalantly, "That was really hard work." After saying that, he turned and left. Ninja World. Sasuke has changed so much all of a sudden. Could it be that Sasuke has also opened those eyes? After all, in my impression, only the Uchiha who opened the Mangekyou would become like this. Before, even though he always talked about hatred, Sasuke behaved very normally. He must be pretending. He said those words on purpose to make Naruto give up on him. If those eyes were really opened, Sasuke would have gone straight to seek revenge on Uchiha Itachi. Naruto has a carefree personality and can't understand Sasuke's feelings at all, but I'm really lucky to have a friend like Naruto. By the way, Sakura has always left me with the impression of being a crybaby. I thought she had changed when she wanted to protect her compatriots during the Chunin exams. Pure Land. Madara raised an eyebrow as he looked at Sasuke, who had already mastered the second curse seal on the screen. Has his aura become stronger? This curse seal is somewhat similar to Hashirame's Senjutsu, kind of interesting, but it's still far inferior to Hashirame's Senjutsu. No, that's not right. How can the curse seal compare to Hashirame's? Amir Sans Shuo is not even half as good as Hashirama. Chapter 167 Memories. On screen before Sasuke took a few steps, a shadow appeared on the ground. Sasuke looked back and saw that it was Naruto who pounced on him. Naruto said angrily, "What do you think of our Konoha companions?" With that said, Naruto tackled Sasuke to the ground, straddling him and raising his fist. Seeing that Sasuke still had that expression, Naruto punched him hard in the face. Sasuke turned his head and spat bloody saliva into Naruto's face. "You mean companions? Can I become stronger with your so-called companions? I'm going to Orochimaru." Naruto grabbed his collar tightly and roared angrily, "That Orochimaru is the guy who killed the third Hokage and wanted to destroy Konoha village. Do you think he will give you power for nothing? He just wants your body as a container. You may not be able to come back at all, and you may be killed. How can I watch you go? This matter doesn't matter anymore, as long as I can achieve my goal. If you come to hinder me, I can't do anything about it." As he said this, he also grabbed Naruto's collar. "I can't let you do this. Even if I have to use brute force, I will take you back." Sasuke sneered disdainfully, exerted force with his arms, and slowly lifted Naruto's body. Then, the moment he let go, he punched Naruto in the stomach. Naruto's eyes widened instantly, blood spurted out of his mouth, and his body was smashed into the river. Sasuke looked at his palms. What is this power? The power keeps coming, but then he suffered a backlash of the power, and a sharp pain came from the cursed seal on his shoulder, and Sasuke also exited the cursed seal form. Is this the power that guy was talking about? And the power is slowly merging into my body. Sasuke's face curved up. This is the case now. If the curse is released, how powerful can it be? Fire Nation Muai Village Minaga Shrine. I was wondering why a traitor like Orochimaru could be so kind. So he wanted to use Sasuke-sama's body as a vessel. HMPH. Evil Orochimaru. With the chakra of Indra's ancestors, Orochimaru is doomed to fail. However, this curse seal has greatly improved his strength. He was able to send Naruto flying so far with just one punch. Lord Sasuke's strength must have increased by at least several times, right? He also said that the power will slowly merge into his body. In the ninja world, many people's eyes flickered, and they were obviously very tempted by this curse seal in this ninja world. Strength is naturally more important than anything else. If you have strength, you will have everything. As for the body as a container, Orochimaru may not be interested in their bodies on screen. What kind of powerful strength is this? He is completely different from what he was not long ago. Naruto climbed out of the water, gasping for breath, and looked at Sasuke. Then he rushed towards Sasuke again. Wake up now! Sasuke kicked Naruto into the river and pulled off Naruto's ninja bag. He looked at the river quietly and said, I have already woken up from this stupid dream of living a peaceful life with my companions and you every day. So I left the village to seek strength. At this point, Sasuke's voice became much quieter. There is no future in my dream. My dream is the past, existed only in the past. The scene of practicing shuriken throwing with Itachi emerged in his mind. Sasuke took out a kunai from his ninja tool bag and threw it at Naruto. Then, he tied Naruto to the stone with chakra thread. Naruto gritted his teeth and looked at him and asked, Sasuke, are you serious? Sasuke looked down at him. I don't need a future with you. After saying this, he formed seals with his hands. A ball of fire spewed out of his mouth and blasted towards the bound Naruto along the silk thread. Naruto didn't dodge and was hit by the huge fireball. After burning for a moment, Naruto rushed out of the flames and punched Sasuke in the face. This punch only knocked Sasuke's face to the side. Without even moving his feet, Naruto was startled. He was obviously surprised at the defensive power of Sasuke's face. You bastard! Naruto punched Sasuke in the face again. Naruto's pupils contracted. What? This guy, what's wrong with this guy? Naruto punched Sasuke in the face again and again. Hateful. Sasuke asked calmly, is that the extent? At this level, I don't need to use that yet. Naruto was stunned. What? Didn't you notice? I didn't use the Sharingan. Naruto gritted his teeth and punched him. Don't underestimate me. Sasuke stretched out his palm and caught the punch easily. He closed his eyes and whispered, not enough. It's strength. It's missing you. If I play a companion game with you guys. As he said that, he kicked Naruto away. The next moment, he appeared in front of Naruto and kicked him several times. It is impossible to obtain such power. Boom! Naruto's body hit the ground, creating a big hole. Sasuke was lost in thought as he recalled the time he spent with Itachi, mumbling, yes, I need these. I need strength and hatred to catch up with that guy. Ninja world, every time I see it, I can't help but marvel at it. The Uchiha really made the ninja tool throwing skills into a whole new level. It seems that Sasuke is obviously stronger in terms of taijutsu skills. Naruto is at a great disadvantage when fighting him with taijutsu. Sasuke is already able to suppress Naruto even without using the curse seal and the power of the Sharingan. Hey, are these the memories of Sasuke and that Uchiha Itachi guy? Hayaku. Stop talking. There are melons. Many people in the ninja world perked up their curiosity, wanting to know what kind of person the guy who could do such a beastly thing is. In private on screen, Sasuke's memories flashed through his mind. No matter what he achieved, his father only talked about Itachi in order to gain his father's approval. Sasuke trained hard day and night. Even his mother Mikado couldn't stand it anymore and advised him not to be so stubborn. Through his unremitting efforts, he easily got full marks in the ninja school. When he showed it to his father with a proud look on his face, all he got from his father was words for him to keep working hard and become a good ninja like his brother. After his father finished speaking, he left, leaving Sasuke with a lost look on his face. That night a quarrel woke Sasuke from his sleep. That was my father's voice. What did you say? What do you mean by not being able to attend tomorrow's rally? You don't even know where you stand. Sasuke walked over quietly. Itachi explained, I have to participate in a mission tomorrow. What mission? I can't tell you this. It's a confidential mission. Fugaku closed his eyes, calmed down, and then said, Itachi, you are the core connecting our clan and the village, and an important channel of communication. You know this, right? Yes, remember this well. And attend a rally tomorrow. Chapter 168 Shisuan number 039, S suicide note. Itachi raised his eyelids and said, Sasuke. After going to the toilet, go to bed quickly. Mikado and Fugaku were shocked. Sasuke opened the sliding door and said Fugaku stood up and scolded, what are you running around for so late at night? Go to sleep. Yes. Next scene, Sasuke and Itachi sat together, and between them was Sasuke's report card with perfect marks. Dad always only pays attention to my brother. Itachi raised his head and asked with a smile, am I annoying? It doesn't matter. Ninjas are meant to live in a state of being hated by others. Sasuke hurriedly explained, that's not what I meant. Then, he lowered his eyes again and said dejectedly, brother is right. I also think that brother. Itachi chuckled and continued, he is a very good person. As long as you have power, you will be isolated from the crowd and become arrogant. Even if you are expected and needed by others at the beginning, however, you and I are unique brothers. As the barrier you should cross, I will always be with you, even if you hate me. This is what is called a brother ninja world tisk. Don't tell me, he actually did it. What a twisted theory. How can there be such a brother? This good brother image is really well acted. He even speaks softly. If I didn't know the truth, I would have thought he was a very gentle person, but now, I just think he is perverted and extreme. And very hypocritical. He is a guy with an extremely dark heart, haha. He is indeed excellent. A normal person would not do such a thing as slaughtering his own clan, killing his own parents, and showing his own brother the video of his parents being killed for 24 hours. Guys like Uchiha Itachi, who have dangerous and extreme ideas, should be killed by the 5 major nations together, otherwise such people will definitely bring trouble to the ninja world. On screen next scene Uchiha Totsuka, Inaheim, and Yashiro came to question Itachi. Uchiha Inahiro asked gloomily, 2 people did not attend yesterday's meeting. Why didn't you come? Sasuke lay on the door, looking at them. My brother didn't attend the meeting that my father mentioned. I know that after you joined the Anbu, you had to go out and deal with some troublesome things. Your father often used this reason to smooth things over for you, but we don't want to treat you specially, Itachi said calmly. I understand. I will pay attention to it in the future. Everyone please go back, Uchiha Yashiro said. Yes, but I have something else to ask you. Last night, regarding Uchiha Shisu who committed suicide by jumping into the Nanga River, another person who did not come to the meeting was Shisu. You seem to admire Shisu as if he were your own brother. Itachi closed his eyes to hide his emotions. Really? I haven't seen him at all recently. What a pity. Uchiha Inahiro stared at Itachi and said, our police force has decided to conduct a full-scale search. Search? Uchiha Yashiro handed over Shisu's suicide note. This is Shisu's suicide note. The handwriting has been identified. There is no doubt that he wrote it himself. Itachi took the suicide note and asked, since it wasn't murder, why search? If you are someone who can use the Sharingan, copying handwriting is a piece of cake. He is a great master of the Uchiha family, a terrifying existence known as instant body Shisu, a person who can stand up in any mission for the sake of the clan. It is hard to imagine that such a person would leave such a thing behind and commit suicide. Itachi opened the suicide note and saw that it read, I am exhausted from the mission. There is no future for the Uchiha clan if this continues. At the same time, I can no longer live in such a rebellious way, Itachi said. It is best not to judge based on appearance. Anyway, I'll leave this suicide note to you for safekeeping. Take it and ask the Anbu to assist in the search. I see. After hearing Itachi's words, the 3 of them walked out of the house. Uchiha Inahiro turned to Itachi and said, in addition, we will also conduct investigations in a different direction from the Anbu, so if you don't propose an investigation, we will know about it. Itachi clenched the suicide note in his hand. The meaning of this statement couldn't be more obvious. 3 Magatama appeared in Itachi's eyes, and he stared at the 3 people with a gloomy face and said, are you doubting me? Uchiha Inahiro also said gloomily, yes. Brat, Uchiha Yashiro shouted angrily, listen carefully Itachi. If you dare to betray our clan, we will never let you go. Itachi rushed directly towards the 3 men, and after a few ping-pong sounds, the 3 Uchiha men were knocked to the ground by him. I just said that it is best not to judge by appearance and imagination. If you think I am very patient and keep talking about it with such an attitude, then you have really overestimated your own abilities. It is because you do not know my abilities that you are lying on the ground like this. Uchiha Yashiro forced himself to stand up and said, Shisu has been monitoring you for half a year. You have been in the Anbu for half a year. Your strange words and deeds are simply unbearable. What on earth are you thinking? Itachi stared at him with a frown and said, being attached to the organization, being attached to the clan, being attached to the name, these are all terrible things that restrict oneself and limit one's abilities. Also, it is extremely foolish to fear and hate something you have never seen or known. At this time, Fugaku arrived and shouted, stop. Itachi, what on earth is going on? Itachi. You've been acting a little weird lately, Itachi said calmly. Nothing strange, I just completed my mission, that's all. Then why didn't you come last night, in order to get closer to the peak? What did you say? Itachi pulled out a kunai and threw it at the clan emblem on the wall. Fugaku narrowed his eyes. I have run out of hope for this boring tribe. Sasuke stared at the scene in a daze. He recalled Itachi's explanation to him when he carried him on his back and passed by the police headquarters and saw the ping-pong racket with the Uchiha family crest on it. Since ancient times, our Uchiha clan has been responsible for protecting the village's security. The Uchiha family crest is proof of this supreme honor, but now, Itachi said to the four people, it is because you are too obsessed with such trivial things as your clan that you miss important things. Real change cannot be confined to the boundaries of norms, premonitions or imagination. Ninja world, I admit that people who don't limit themselves to their family are great, but this definitely does not include Uchiha Itachi. Who said this? I have a certain understanding of Uchiha Itachi. He is simply an extreme lunatic. I found a problem. When Uchiha Itachi was carrying Sasuke on his back, the two of them looked the same as they do now on the screen, which means that not much time has passed. That is, in this short period of time, Uchiha Itachi experienced a major event that changed his philosophy, so he went to extremes and committed evil, and destroyed his own family with his own hands. Before that, when he was explaining the Uchiha family crest to Sasuke, it was obvious that he was also proud of the Uchiha clan. Chapter 169, Killing the Best Friend. He was the one who killed Shunshin Shisu. The case is solved without guessing. As for the purpose, it was to awaken his main Gekyo Sharingan. Did the Uchiha clan members say that Uchiha Itachi admired Shunshin Shisu as if he were his own brother? Later, he said that he didn't go to the rally because he wanted to get closer to the peak, which means he wanted to awaken his main Gekyo, right, humph. It's not surprising that such an evil person could do anything. As for Itachi easily defeating 3 Uchiha clan members, no one in the ninja world was surprised. On screen next scene, dinner table. At that time, my brother looked at my father's eyes, which were more than just the simple Sharingan. Dad, are there many types of Sharingan? Sasuke recalled how he had loudly stopped his brother before, and the main Gekyo Sharingan that appeared in Itachi's eyes when he saw him and knelt down to apologize to his father. And the 3 members of the police force Fugaku looked at him and said, "What? Are you already interested in the Sharingan? But, it's too early for you. This is different from the principle of fire release technique, but I will too in the future. After all, I am my father's child." Mikado paused while cooking and looked back at the 2 of them. Fugaku crossed his arms around his chest and explained, "There is indeed a more advanced eye technique in the Sharingan, the main Gekyo Sharingan." Sasuke murmured, "Main Gekyo Sharingan. In the long history of the Uchiha clan, only a few people have been able to successfully discover the legendary eye technique. Moreover, the eyes can only be opened under certain special conditions." A bead of sweat ran down Sasuke's face. Special conditions. Next scene, night of genocide. Sasuke looked at Itachi, who was standing in front of him, and tears flowed from his eyes. "Don't kill me, you're lying. This isn't my brother at all." Because, Itachi looked at Sasuke and said, "The reason why I have been playing the role of the brother you expect is to measure your ability. In the future, you will be the object of measuring my ability. You have this potential hidden in you. You will get tired of me, you will hate me, you will always hope to surpass me, so I will let you live. For me. You are the same as me, you can awaken a main Gekyo Sharingan. But there is a condition, it means killing your best friend." "Just like me," Sasuke said in disbelief. "Did my brother do that?" "My brother made Shisu, yes. Thanks to him, I got this eye technique." The main hall of Nanga Shrine, under the 7th tatami from the right, is the gathering place of our clan. There is a record of the Uchiha clan's eye technique and why it originally existed. In other words, it records the true secret of the eye technique. If you open your eyes, there will be 3 people, including me, who can use the main Gekyo Sharingan. If that's the case, there's no point in me letting you live." But now, Itachi's steps moved. Sasuke trembled in fear like a frightened rabbit. "You are not worth being killed by me." Itachi closed his eyes, hiding all his emotions, and said calmly, "Foolish brother, if you want to kill me, then hate me, despise me. Then, linger on in an ugly way. Run, grab this glimmer of life. Then, one day when you have the same eyes as mine, come to me, ninja world." It turns out that Sasuke already knew how to open the main Gekyo. Will he want to kill Naruto here? As long as he kills Naruto, Sasuke will open those eyes. Even if he wants to kill, Sasuke probably can't beat Naruto right now. Once Naruto unleashes the 9 Tails chakra, even a genius like Haku won't be his match. But the power of the curse is not weak. Just as everyone in the ninja world was discussing, the Uchiha clan members were denouncing Itachi. The Konoha high-level officials who knew the truth were silent. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were a little moist. "It's the village that's sorry to Itachi. It's all my fault that I As the Hokage, I'm so unqualified that Itachi has to bear all this for the village. After a moment of silence, Shikoku shook his head and said, "This is not your fault, Sangame." It was Itachi who listened to Danzo's advice and decided to do it himself at the cost of preserving the Uchiha name and Sasuke's life. In his eyes, many people are responsible for this matter. The third generation is responsible, Itachi is responsible, the village is responsible, and the radical Uchiha faction who wanted a coup are also responsible. The person who was most responsible for all these tragedies was Danzo, the Dark Lord of the ninja world. After the Nine Tails Rebellion, it was suggested at a meeting to relocate the clan and monitor the Uchiha clan 24 hours a day. He attacked Shisu by surprise, and asked Itachi to slaughter his own clan and kill his own parents. In the end, the village put down the Uchiha coup at the lowest cost. This caused the village to completely lose this genuine descendant of the Six Paths, but it also greatly reduced the village's strength. If Danzo had not ambushed Shisu, perhaps with Shisu's strength, with the help of the third Hokage and Itachi, they could have really stopped the Uchiha coup in a peaceful way. Midamanen frowned and wanted to criticize Sasuke's betrayal, but then he saw Sasuke on the screen, walking in the Uchiha clan territory in the heavy rain. He swallowed back what he wanted to say on screen. Sasuke walked step by step in the clan territory in the rain. Sasuke walked to the front door of his house and opened it, recalling my mother's gentle face at this moment. He heard some movement in the room. Sasuke rushed over and opened the door. "Mother, meow." It was a cat. The surprised expression on Sasuke's face gradually disappeared. Sasuke recalled that he complained to his mother that his father only had eyes for his brother, but his mother smiled and comforted him. "Our brother is your brother, and you are you actually. Dad always talks about you in private." Sasuke's mind pictured his father's stern face. He recalled his father saying to him, "You are worthy of being my son." Sasuke knelt down at the spot where his parents were killed, tears dripping onto the floor. The last scene of the memory is Sasuke standing in front of the tombstones of the Uchiha clan members in the heavy rain. The small figure looks so helpless. The memory ends. Muai village, Uchiha clan lands, Minaga shrine. All the tribesmen felt a lump in their throats when they saw this. The Sasuke-sama on this screen is only 7 years old, and he has already experienced such a painful thing. In order to avenge us, Lord Sasuke knew that Orochimaru had ill intentions towards him, but he still went to Orochimaru without hesitation. Now that we know everything, we should prevent this from happening. Our clan cannot be destroyed like this. My family cannot die, that's right. No matter how much injustice I have suffered, I will endure it. As long as Master Sasuke grows up, he will definitely use his own strength to seek justice for us, Alice. Naruto knew that Orochimaru had ill intentions towards Sasuke-sama, so he wanted to stop Sasuke-sama, but now, the Uchiha clan members had mixed feelings as they watched on the screen. Sasuke completely gained the upper hand after the memory ended and even looked like he wanted to kill Naruto on screen. Naruto climbed out of the water again and wiped the corner of his mouth. They actually really did it. Damn it, Naruto raised his head and asked loudly, "Am I no longer your partner? Is everything we have done in Team 7 meaningless?" Sasuke closed his eyes. "No, it's not meaningless. To me, you are me, best friend." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 170. Your son is too cruel. Fire Nation, Muai Village, Hokage Building. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face was full of bitterness. As the Hokage, he has an unshirkable responsibility for the path Sasuke has chosen. He looked at Naruto's stunned face on the screen, sighed and said, "Little Sasuke is a good boy who is cold on the outside but warm on the inside, thoughtful, values friendship, and is willing to take responsibility." But he also understood that all these had changed after Itachi appeared on screen. "Best friends?" Naruto was startled. He asked loudly, "Then why do you?" Sasuke lowered his head, looked down at him and said, "Because of this, you are worthy of being defeated by me." Naruto clenched his fists. "Although I am a little confused, I understand that you really want to fight me to the death, Sasuke." Sasuke formed a seal with his hands. Chidori. Naruto formed a seal with his hands. Shadow clone technique. After helping him to rub the Rasengan, the shadow clone Naruto threw his real body towards Sasuke. Rasengan. The Rasengan and Chidori collided with each other, and with a loud bang, both of them were blown away by the huge power. Sasuke climbed out of the water first. "Damn it! You were able to block my full strength Chidori to this extent, that trick." Naruto's body emerged from the water. He didn't rush to get up, but looked at the sky with a sad expression. He didn't use his full strength of the Rasengan. He just wanted to use the Rasengan to confirm again whether Sasuke wanted to kill him. I am now certain of this. Thinking of this, he stood up and looked at Sasuke. Really wants to kill me. Tears welled up in Naruto's eyes, and Sasuke opposite him used the first state of curse seal. Do you know, Naruto, if they are both top-notch ninjas, they can see through each other's heart after just one fight, even if they don't say it out loud. You are too naive, Naruto. How is it? Do you really understand my heart? Sasuke made seals with both hands and shouted at the same time, deep in my heart, fire style, phoenix fire technique. Naruto jumped upwards to avoid it, and Sasuke's figure appeared beside him in an instant with a bang punch. Naruto was knocked into the water. Naruto climbed up again, still recalling his past with Sasuke in his mind, when he was punched in the stomach again when he was in ninja school. He was the last one and Sasuke was a genius, so he always regarded Sasuke as his rival because he wanted to show off his strength. He was unwilling to speak out his inner thoughts, but in his heart, Sasuke was the person he admired until the time Sasuke said to him, I want to fight you. He was really happy because that was the first sentence that proved Sasuke recognized him. Naruto was lifted up by Sasuke's right hand and Sasuke's left hand was flashing with lightning. Just then, a burst of red chakra emerged from Naruto's body. Sasuke's pupils shrank, and he stabbed Chidori at Naruto without hesitation. It's too late now. Naruto, with a hiss sound, blood splattered everywhere. Naruto looked sad with blood flowing from the corner of his mouth. The curse mark on Sasuke's face slowly faded away. His left hand had already pierced through Naruto's shoulder. Although you managed to defend yourself with your left hand, it is meaningless. You can no longer cast hand seals or use the ninjutsu you just used. Then, he grabbed Naruto's neck. It's over, Ninja World. Although I can understand Sasuke, but he really wants to kill Naruto. If Naruto hadn't released the Nine Tails chakra to heal the wound, he would have died from excessive blood loss. The battle between Naruto and Sasuke is the most heartbreaking. If I put myself in their shoes, it's even more heartbreaking than the battles between Indra and Ashura, and between Hashirama and Madara. Alice, Sasuke killed Naruto because he wanted to awaken a Mangekyou Sharingan. Although I feel sorry for Sasuke, I feel even more sorry for Naruto now. If we talk about who cares the most about Naruto at this moment, it would naturally be Naruto's parents. Kushina was so distressed that she cried and sobbed, Give up, Naruto. Stop bothering Sasuke. The more he controlled her, the more hurt Naruto would be physically and mentally. Damn it. If it wasn't for the masked man Uchiha Madara, if it wasn't for that guy, she and Minato wouldn't have died. Naruto has someone to take care of him, someone to recognize him, and he will have many friends in this way. Naruto's most important friend is no longer Sasuke, and naturally he will no longer risk his own life for Sasuke. Wow, wow, wow. Mikado. Your son is too cruel. On screen Naruto reached out and grabbed Sasuke's wrist. Because of the severe pain in his wrist, Sasuke quickly let go of Naruto's neck and stepped back. The surrounding river water began to boil due to Naruto's burst of chakra, creating waves. Sasuke's pupils trembled. What is this red chakra? Where does this power come from? As soon as he thought of this, he was completely stunned. Behind Naruto, an extremely huge demon fox was condensed from chakra. What's this? The wound on the shoulder healed as I watched. Impossible. Naruto looked at Sasuke with a ferocious face. Sasuke, I will never hand you over to a guy like Orochimaru, even if I have to break all the bones in your hands and feet. I will stop you, Ninja World. Even though Sasuke treated Naruto like this, Naruto still didn't give up on Sasuke. He cherishes this friendship. Should we say that he is worthy of being the next reincarnation of Madara and Hashirama? If the one who could give Sasuke strength wasn't a dangerous guy like Orochimaru, would Naruto still stop Sasuke? Naruto cherishes his friendship with Sasuke, but he is not in love with Sasuke. He will not marry anyone else in this life. Since Sasuke will not be in danger, why does Naruto still stop Sasuke from becoming stronger and avenging his family and tribe? Ahem. That's true. If that's the case, Naruto would have no reason to stop Sasuke. The reason he's stopping Sasuke from defecting now is because Orochimaru has ill intentions towards Sasuke. Sasuke is very talented and has always worked very hard. From Naruto's memories, when Sasuke said to him, I want to fight you, too, I saw satisfaction in Sasuke's expression, and his recognition of Naruto from his actions. It can be seen that as a genius in everyone's eyes, he wanted to motivate Naruto to become stronger. However, after Uchiha Itachi appeared, it became you can't hurt my forehead. He was unwilling to accept it when he saw Naruto getting stronger. It's all Uchiha Itachi's fault. On screen Sasuke used his arms to block the wind and waves caused by Naruto's chakra burst. Is this Naruto? What is this feeling of oppression? Also, what was that red chakra just now? Is this guy a monster? What are you, exactly? Naruto's vertical pupils stared at Sasuke. We are friends. That's why I said I won't hand you over to Orochimaru. Even if I have to break your arms and legs, I will stop you. After saying that, he punched the water. Sasuke was blown away by the wind and waves. Naruto appeared in front of Sasuke and punched him hard in the stomach. Sasuke's eyes turned wide after being hit by this punch, and his body was suspended in the air. Chapter 171. What do you know about me? Naruto swung his fist and hit Sasuke one after another, and the last punch directly knocked Sasuke into the river. He roared towards the sky. After Sasuke climbed out of the water, he formed seals with his hands, fire style, great fireball technique. Naruto directly caught a fireball with his body, and then smashed Sasuke into the river again. As soon as Sasuke swam out of the river, Naruto grabbed him and swung him towards a rock not far away. Boom! Smoke and dust were everywhere. With a swish, Naruto appeared in front of Sasuke. He grabbed Sasuke by the collar. You are almost there, wake up. Seeing that Sasuke closed his eyes and said nothing, he continued to yell, if you don't want to wake up, I will really beat you up. Beat you so hard that you can't move, and then take you back. Sasuke said weakly, you are really annoying. For you who have no relatives or brothers, what do you know about me? You have been alone from the beginning. What do you know about me? The ferocity on Naruto's face slowly disappeared. It is because we were related that we feel pain. How could you possibly know how it feels to lose these things? As soon as the words fell, Sasuke suddenly jumped up, hugged Naruto's waist, and fell towards the river below. The bodies of the two men landed steadily on the river surface. Naruto said disappointedly, I really don't understand the true love between father and son, and the love between brothers, but, when I think about the time I was with Iruka-sensei, Naruto's mind conjured up the image of him and Iruka eating ramen. I thought, this is what it feels like to have a father, right, when I'm with you. Naruto's mind flashed with a scene of him and Sasuke laughing and playing. Having brothers, this is what it feels like. Right. Sasuke slowly lowered his head and asked softly, why, Naruto? Why do you care about me to this extent? You are the bond I have built with great difficulty. Hearing this, Sasuke was startled. Naruto looked at Sasuke expectantly. That's why I came to stop you. He hoped that after hearing what he said, Sasuke would choose to stay. Of course, he would rather keep Sasuke's heart than keep Sasuke's body, but unfortunately, the result was destined to disappoint him. Sasuke lowered his eyes, took out the forehead protector and put it on his forehead. It's too late, Naruto. It's already too late, I can't turn back now. After saying this, the two Magatama in Sasuke's eyes slowly turned, and one more Magatama appeared. Ninja World. Did Sasuke decide to completely sever his ties with Naruto only after this? I thought he had already. For Sasuke, revenge is everything. If Sasuke really wanted to kill Naruto, then the Chidori would have pierced Naruto's heart instead of his shoulder. It was not until now, when he awakened the three Magatama Sharingan, that he decided to completely sever his bond with Naruto. Just like Madara did back then. Don't make a fuss. A hole as big as the one in the leg would kill him anyway. I guess Sasuke didn't think that much about it. Fire Nation Muai Village. Iruka stared at Naruto on the screen. Do you feel the same way about me as your father? A mist quickly filled his eye sockets. Really? I look so young? How did Naruto feel like a father in me? Iruka muttered, wiping his eyes with the back of his hand on screen. Come on, Naruto. Sasuke got into position. Then I can only sever this bond myself. Cut it off. Naruto opened his vertical pupils and asked, then why are you wearing a forehead protector at this time? Sasuke raised his lips and said to him, I recognize you. You are very strong, because we both understand loneliness and pain. And this kind of pain can make people stronger. So, if I cut off this bond, I can gain even greater power. From now on, I will fight you on equal terms, but, he pointed to his forehead, you can't hurt a single hair on my forehead. This will never change. Ninja World. Watching Naruto and Sasuke's taijutsu battle, someone said with emotion, this time, Sasuke is no longer powerless against Naruto, who has unleashed the Nine Tails chakra. Sasuke's strength has improved so much in such a short time. Although Naruto's movements are faster than Sasuke's, Sasuke's three Magatama Sharingan can completely see through Naruto's movements and can predict and respond in advance. On screen, Sasuke, who has awakened the three Magatama, can not only deal with Naruto with ease, but can even fight back. But in just a moment, Naruto was knocked into the river again. On the river, red bubbles began to appear around Naruto. Sasuke heard a gurgling sound, looked over, and a drop of sweat slid down his face. What is this? Soon, Naruto was lifted up by this huge amount of chakra. Naruto gritted his teeth and punched Sasuke in the face, sending him flying. Then, a tail appeared from behind Naruto, and he lay on all fours on the river like a fox. This time, it was Sasuke who was beaten by Naruto without any chance to fight back. Every time he could only narrowly dodge Naruto's attacks. Even if Sasuke found an opportunity to release fire-style ninjutsu, Naruto could easily block it with his body on the other side. Kakashi was still on his way on this side. Sasuke, who had just used the first form of the cursed seal, was seized by Naruto and was hit hard and flew away. Sasuke climbed out of the wall. I can't help it, really. As long as I get my hands on that kind of power, I don't even know what I will become in the end, but there's nothing I can do. Naruto, as he spoke, Sasuke's fair skin began to turn darker, and his hair began to grow longer. Indeed, you are special. But, I am more special than you, Ninja World, someone numbly said. I understand this. Next, Naruto will be beaten without any chance to fight back, right? The speed at which they improve their strength, it's so inhumane. Sasuke now has two wings that look like claws on his back? Isn't this too unsightly? On screen, Sasuke raised his head and looked at the two stone statues. Did you know? This place is called the Valley of the End. It's a suitable stage, right? Naruto, this battle should almost be over. Sasuke formed a seal with his hands in Naruto's hand. A chakra ball was also condensing. The two looked at each other and rushed towards each other at the same time. Chidori, Rasengan. Chidori and Rasengan finally collided. A white light lit up across the entire screen. Next, there was a huge black sphere, which was slowly spreading outwards, squeezing the body of the stone statue into gravel that flew everywhere. After all the storms died down, Sasuke lowered his head and stared blankly at Naruto, who had fainted. Naruto, at this time, raindrops began to fall from the sky. Sasuke looked up, watching the rain falling harder and harder at this moment. The curse seal on Sasuke's shoulder took effect. Well, Sasuke covered his shoulders and fell to the ground uncontrollably. His nose almost hit Naruto's forward protector. Sasuke stared at Naruto's face, maintaining this position for a long time. Chapter 172, Meeting again 3 years later. The other side, Kakashi was still walking quickly when he finally arrived. He found Naruto in a coma. Are you late, Ninja World? So Naruto lost this battle? I thought he would win in the end, and then be moved by Sasuke's determination and let Sasuke go. Sasuke won. As long as he killed Naruto, he could open those eyes, but he didn't do that. If it were someone else, he might really kill his best friend for the power of the Mangekyou. The evil of human nature is fully reflected in Uchiha Itachi, Naruto's Rasengan, which is infused with the Nine Tails chakra, and Sasuke's Chidori, which is infused with the power of the curse seal, look very powerful. These are not ninjutsu that ordinary ninjas can use. Team 7 doesn't have Sasuke anymore. Alice, damn Uchiha Itachi, I almost kissed Naruto's forehead. If they really kissed, the sentimental atmosphere would be ruined. On screen, Naruto, Puck ran over to the unconscious Naruto Houseo. Parker sniffed the Konoha forehead guard that was thrown aside and had a scratch on it. It belongs to Sasuke. Kakashi walked up to Naruto and knelt on one knee on the ground. He looked at Naruto's face and forehead protector quietly for a while, then closed his eyes for a while. Kakashi opened his eyes, put the forehead protector on Naruto, and then picked him up in a princess hug. He whispered, I'm sorry I couldn't catch up. The other side, Sasuke walked closely. His mind kept recalling his parents and what Itachi had said to him. As Naruto opened his eyes, Sasuke glanced back. I won't obey you. As he walked, he said firmly, I will use my own method to gain strength. I will surpass you in my own way. Definitely, Ninja World. This dog is kind of cute, and it can even speak human language. Is it a ninja dog? Tisk tisk. He just can't bring himself to kill Naruto, and he insists on saying that he won't listen to Uchiha Itachi's orders. As long as he kills Naruto, Sasuke will immediately get the power of the Mangekyou. How could he not be tempted? It must be that tsundere addiction in his heart has taken effect, and he refuses to admit that he can't sever the bond with Naruto at all. Yes, the Sage of Six Paths has already explained this. Naruto and Sasuke will put an end to the fight between Indra and Ashura's reincarnation. Kakashi must be very disappointed with Sasuke. Well, as Sasuke's teacher, he's the most caring one among the Team 7. Moreover, they both have the Sharingan and Lightning Chakra. In Konoha Village, Kakashi is the most suitable teacher for Sasuke, but who made Uchiha Itachi too strong? Alice. Naruto has tried his best. He has done his best. There is nothing else he can do. On screen, next scene in the hospital ward, Naruto, wrapped in bandages all over, looked lost. I'm sorry, Sakura. Xiaoying was startled, pretending to be indifferent and smiled. Why are you apologizing? She walked to the bed, opened the curtains, looked out the window and said, because of your usual style, you are showing off again, right? Really, you look like a mummy. Naruto lowered his head. I'm sorry, Xiaoying. I will definitely keep my promise. I said, this is my lifelong promise. Sakura looked out the window and said softly, that's enough, Naruto. I always say that I will never go back on what I said. Because this is my way of ninja. Naruto's image was reflected in Sakura's eyes. Naruto. Thank you, Naruto. Ninja World. It seems that Naruto doesn't like Sakura that much now. I can see that. You don't like me as much as before. But, when did it start? Who knows? Maybe it's because she saw how much Sakura cares about Sasuke. Speaking of which, why does Naruto like Sakura? In the past, Sakura didn't seem to have any good points. She had a bad temper and a broad forehead. She was no different from other little girls, wasn't she? Is there a possibility that it's because Sakura's hair color is very similar to his mother Kushina? So he had a crush on Sakura from the beginning. On-screen pictures flash by Naruto trained with Jiraiya. There is a scene of two people sitting cross-legged on top of a toad's head. Naruto complained loudly to Jiraiya, I can't stand it. What is this? This is such a shabby training. Jiraiya yelled, idiot. There is no such thing as earthy or gorgeous when it comes to training. You stupid apprentice. There is a scene of them taking a hot spring bath. Together Naruto had a towel on his head. It's so warm. Jiraiya sat next to Naruto and drank the wine in his glass after the training. I had a drink, and I really enjoyed it. There are also scenes such as Naruto stepping on dog poop, the two of them eating meatballs together, Jiraiya handing Naruto a popsicle, and buying new clothes for Naruto. Ninja World. It's very cozy. In the blink of an eye, Naruto has grown up. Jiraiya, like Iruka, is Naruto's most important elder. I wonder what's happening with Sasuke. Here it comes. Sasuke's picture. Wow, when Sasuke grew up, he amazed many people as soon as he appeared only on the screen. Sasuke, dressed in white and with a hemp rope tied around his waist, was sitting on the body of a ninja. Is that all? Orochimaru laughed and said, you haven't killed everyone yet. You are still too young? Sasuke raised his head and looked at him. The person I want to kill is not here. Sasuke's voice fell, and the scene on the screen zoomed out. There were countless ninjas lying densely packed on the ground. Ninja World. They have all grown up and become handsome young men. I was right about him. Sasuke is still the kind-hearted Sasuke. Sasuke looks so gentle. It looks like both Naruto and Sasuke have grown a lot. On screen. Next scene. 3 years later, Naruto and Sasuke met for the first time. Sasuke looked down at Naruto, Sakura, Sai, and Yamato. Naruto? You are here too? So, Kakashi is here too? Yamato looked up, looked at Sasuke and said, unfortunately, Kakashi didn't come. I'm the substitute. Next, Team 7 will take you back to Konoha? Sasuke looked at the four people and murmured, is Kakashi on the team? Then, he looked at Sai who had drawn his short sword. Is that guy my backup? Another naive guy has come in. He said something about protecting the bond between Naruto and I. Sakura looked at Sai who was pointing a short knife at Sasuke. Sai, your mission is to kill Sasuke. Sai said, my secret mission is indeed to assassinate Sasuke, but the order doesn't matter anymore. Now I want to act with my own consciousness. It was Naruto who reminded me of my past feelings. I always felt that it was a very precious feeling. Then he looked up at Sasuke. Chapter 173. Three of them are not reliable. Although I don't know you very well, there must be a reason why Naruto and Sakura chased you here at all costs. They don't want to give up the bond between them and you, and they are trying desperately to maintain this relationship. I still can't fully understand it, but Sasuke, you should be able to understand it. Sasuke closed his eyes. Yes, I understand. Then, he opened his eyes again and said in a resolute tone, that's why I have to cut it off. Sakura and Naruto were startled. I have another bond, that is hatred for my big brother. Naruto closed his eyes, looking pained. Why? He asked loudly, why didn't you kill me then? Did you think that would end everything? Sasuke, the reason is simple. It's not that I can't sever the bond between you and me. I just don't want to use the method that guy told me to gain power. Naruto's face was clearly filled with confusion. What's going on? There is no need to explain this to you. However, there is something I want to tell you. At that time, I only spared your life on a whim. As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly flashed to Naruto's side and hugged his shoulders. Yamato was shook head so fast. Come to think of it, isn't it your dream to be a Hokage? If you have time to chase me, you might as well practice, right? Naruto. So this time, Sasuke grasped the hilt of the Kusanagi sword and slowly pulled it out. My momentary impulse will cost you your life. Naruto's pupils kept trembling. How can a guy who can't even save a companion become a Hokage, right? Sasuke hearing this, Sasuke was lost in thought for a moment, then he turned his wrist and stabbed Naruto with the Kusanagi sword in his hand. Sakura yelled, Sasuke! Sai flashed behind Naruto and grabbed Sasuke's wrist. Sasuke looked into Sai's eyes. This defense method is correct. The words felt Chidori flow. Naruto and Sai were surrounded by electric light and flew backwards screaming in pain. Ninja World still as ruthless as ever. He's ready to kill Naruto right away. It's a genius idea to cover Chidori's entire body and create an electric current. That's the Kusanagi sword in Sasuke's hand? Orochimaru is really willing to part with it? That guy named Sai, is he here to assassinate Sasuke? Was it an order issued to him by Konoha village? Everyone was still discussing Sasuke and Naruto. 3 years later, the scene of Sasuke using the Kusanagi sword to pierce Orochimaru's arm flashed across the screen. This scene left everyone with a lot of questions in their mind. Sasuke and Orochimaru fell out. No way? At this age, Sasuke's strength is already on par with the Sanin's level. Even if Orochimaru didn't use hand seals, it's still too exaggerated, right? In the eyes of the common people in their small ninja villages, let alone big figures like the three ninjas. Even the ninjas in the big ninja villages are people they need to look up to. It's just that after the live broadcast, under the shining light of those godlike characters, such as Kai, Naruto, Sasuke, Madara, Hashirama and others, the ninjas of those ninja villages and even the Kages are made to look worthless. Therefore, only those who have seen the world can look upon those higher-ranking ninjas from the big ninja villages with equal respect. But now, all of them watched Sasuke grow up with their own eyes, and his strength improved by leaps and bounds, catching them off guard. The speed at which Sasuke's strength increases not scientific. The next moment, the screen went dark. The knock on the door reached everyone's ears. Then, it was Jiraiya's voice. I'm coming in. Tsunade, who was sitting in the Hokage's office chair, asked, Jiraiya, do you understand what is going on? I found out where the leader of Akatsuki is. What? Tsunade was shocked, stood up and asked, really? Tell me more about it. Shizune also said, based on this information, make a surprise attack plan immediately. Jiraiya stretched out his hands and pressed them down. Wait. Don't be in a hurry. Tsunade was speechless. This is not the sequel to your novel. How can you be so leisurely? If you rush, you might end up making things worse, especially when you have to make an important bet. How about going out for a drink with me alone? I'll explain everything to you there. Tsunade pointed at Jiraiya and said angrily, idiot. I am the Hokage. How can I go out to drink in broad daylight? Don't you feel sorry for the ninjas who are still on duty? Ninja World Tisk. This intelligence investigation ability is simply the best in the ninja world, worthy of being one of the three ninjas, Jiraiya. If it weren't for him, no one in the ninja world would be able to investigate the location of the leader of the Akatsuki organization at this time. Fire Nation. Tsunade rubbed her eyes with her fists. Am I really going to be that Hokage? Muai Village Hokage building. Sarutobi cut off tears. I didn't expect that his disciple Tsunade, the drunkard, would have such awareness after becoming Hokage. However, he was still somewhat worried about Jiraiya. The strength of the Akatsuki leader is unknown. His three disciples, 3 of them are not very reliable. The snake charmer was doing human experiments, but he defected in pursuit of the truth. Playing slugs, drinking and gambling all day. The perverted idiot who plays with a toad is the most unreliable. But which disciple does he know best? That was undoubtedly the stupid Jiraiya. He knew that Jiraiya would go alone to investigate next. Please don't die, Jiraiya. Pure Land. Hashirama scratched his head. I always feel that things are not that simple. Tobirama nodded in satisfaction. Did Tsunade become the god aim? But then he saw the scene on the screen changed. A winehouse. Tsunade put down the bottle with a tipsy look on her face. Tobirama, Sarutobi Hirozen, everyone in the ninja world. Did you agree that you would be worthy of the ninjas who are still on missions? On screen, Tsunade was seen wiping the corner of her mouth after drinking. A bean-sized drop of sweat slid down the back of Jiraiya's head. You, please be more responsible for your words and actions. And he took the whole bottle and started drinking. After all, you are the Hokage. Tsunade didn't answer and started talking about business. Her tone was somewhat complicated. That country is surrounded by the 3 major nations of earth, wind, and fire. From ancient times to the present, it has often become a battlefield for wars between major nations. Therefore, The country cannot develop its internal affairs in a stable manner, and the number of refugees is said to be increasing. The meaning of her words was clear no matter how you look at it. This doesn't look like the place where the leader of Akatsuki is, Jiraiya said, so, we have to find out the authenticity of the information first. First, I will go in and investigate, and then we can talk about the battle plan. Hearing this, Tsunade looked up suddenly. It's too dangerous for you to be alone. I am one of the 3 great ninjas of Konoha. You should understand what I mean, right? Tsunade, looking slightly tipsy, turned her head away slightly. I'm sorry, I always push this hard work onto you. Jiraiya laughed and said, what are you saying suddenly? Chapter 174 Little Jiraiya died in battle. The person who should be Hokage is you. The 3rd Hokage always said that you should be the next Hokage. I'm not cut out for this. I'm used to being free and undisciplined. Tsunade picked up the wine bottle beside her and filled her glass. You have been regretting not being able to stop Orochimaru, and have been investigating Orochimaru's movements alone, right? Jiraiya was silent for a moment. This is no longer necessary this way. The sequel to the novel can be published soon. Tsunade raised her glass and said with some sadness, reality is stranger than fiction. I never thought that guy would die. Ninja world, everyone. Orochimaru is dead? Was it Sasuke who did it? This is really bizarre. I thought Sasuke was already amazing for being able to fight Orochimaru, but he just killed Orochimaru. Doesn't it mean that Sasuke is now perhaps even stronger than the 3rd Hokage? What about Naruto? How much has Naruto grown? Has he awakened? Would release. Jiraiya went alone to investigate the leader of Akatsuki. He won't come back with broken arms and legs, right? The leader of Akatsuki must be strong. After all, Uchiha Itachi worked under him. In the past 3 years, Jiraiya has been both a teacher and a father to Naruto. If Jiraiya was missing a part, Naruto would probably be heartbroken. Don't worry. That's Jiraiya, one of the 3 ninjas. He's very powerful. He's also good at gathering intelligence. I'm sure he's also an excellent runner. Even if he's no match for the Akatsuki leader, it won't be a problem for him to get away with minor injuries. Inside Orochimaru's test base, Orochimaru licked his lips. As expected, if we want that idiot Jiraiya to give up investigating me, only one of us has to die. Ha 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 ha. Next time when I see you, I'll just kill you. Muai village. It is ironic that Orochimaru killed his own teacher, the 3rd Sama, with his own hands, but was killed by the disciple he had taught so carefully. Orochimaru should not be considered Sasuke's teacher. After all, he has evil intentions towards Sasuke and he has a purpose in teaching Sasuke. Hokage building. After hearing from Tsunade that his former most talented disciple had suffered retribution, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes showed sadness. Have you been consumed by your own ambition? Orochimaru. On screen, Tsunade was lying on the ground, vomiting. Jiraiya patted her back gently. Your drinking tolerance is worse than mine. Let's find a place to rest. Screen turned. Jiraiya stood up and said, okay, it's almost time to go. Tsunade stared at the ground and whispered, you must come back alive. If you die too, Jiraiya turned back to look at her and said with a smile, will you cry for me? I'm so happy. But, it won't be as good as the time when we cried, right, fool? Then, let's play your favorite game. You bet that I will die, because you always lose. As a condition, when I come back alive. Jiraiya looked at Tsunade seriously. Tsunade's pupils trembled slightly. A moment later, ho ha ho ha. Just kidding. Just kidding. I really want to thank you. A man becomes strong after being dumped. In other words, if you don't have the courage to joke about this kind of thing, you can't be a real man. I'll use this as material for my next novel. Tsunade asked, is becoming stronger a man's mission? I guess so, and men can't pursue happiness. Humph. Why are you trying to be cool? If there's no woman, you can't even get dumped. Haha, that's true. The 2 of them were silent for a moment, and Tsunade said, if anything happens, let Toad contact me and I will rush over immediately. No, you don't need to leave the village. The village is now running with you as the center. There are still many candidates for Hokage. Isn't Kakashi here? And Naruto will grow up sooner or later. Jiraiya smiled and said, you really think highly of Naruto, but, I can understand that. Your younger brother Naoki, your former lover Den, and Naruto are also men chasing the same dream. On the screen, the memories of Tsunade and Naruto appeared finally. The figures of Naruto, Rope Tree, and Dan seemed to merge together. Tsunade's mouth curled up. The 2 chatted about this topic for a long time. When talking about Minato, Jiraiya said that if this was his son, he would be very proud. When talking about Kushina, Tsunade said that Naruto and Kushina have the same personality. Tsunade said that Naruto looks like his father. Jiraiya smiled and said, so, seeing his shadow in Naruto is like seeing my grandson. It has been passed down from the past to the future. The will of Konoha? Jiraiya carried the scroll. It's time to go. Tsunade clenched her fists unconsciously. Ah, that's it. Finally, I'll give you a piece of advice. Jiraiya turned back to look at Tsunade and said, be careful of the root people. Ah, I understand yet. That's good. Jiraiya left Tsunade with a dashing back view and waved his hand. Goodbye. Tsunade looked at his back and shed 2 lines of tears. Ninja World. It seems that Jiraiya really likes Tsunade, but he is a coward, right? He dares to confess, but only in a joking way. Isn't he a big pervert? How come he doesn't even dare to express his feelings seriously? The atmosphere is so sad. This gives me a bad feeling. Muai Village Hokage building. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were a little complicated. It seems that my death will leave a lot of trouble for the next cage. Be careful with the roots. And Tsunade. It was also because of Naruto that she returned to Konoha. On screen turn as Naruto was walking through the woods, he suddenly felt a hand patting his shoulder. He seemed to hear a sentence in his ear. The rest is all entrusted to you. Naruto was a little dazed and looked back. Nothingness just when everyone in the ninja world was still confused. On screen next scene in the Hokage's office. Fukasaku-sen looked at Naruto. Little Jiraiya has died in battle. What? Naruto was stunned. As if he suspected that he had heard it wrong. What are you talking about? When he asked this question, everyone in the field was looking at him. Ninja World. Jiraiya is dead. If that's the case, given Naruto's personality, he'll probably be very upset and scream. I don't dare to see Naruto's next reaction. Orochimaru was startled. That guy, how could it be? Orochimaru was silent. That idiot. Jiraiya scratched his head. With my strength, I can't even escape. No, that's not right. It's also possible. I didn't even want to run away, but for Naruto, he tried to gather as much information as possible about the Akatsuki leader. Then he looked in the direction of the rain country. Yohiko, Nagato, Konan, what on earth has happened to you all these years? Chapter 175 Ninja Experience. Page 25. Rain country. Konan looked at Pain. She didn't need to guess, she knew who did it. In the land of rain, only Nagato had the ability to kill Master Jiraiya, but in the face of Yohiko's ideas, she would definitely take action to remove Jiraiya. The stone blocking their way. Pain looked at his hands, and the direction his 10 fingers were pointing was exactly towards Naruto. Naruto stared at the two of them blankly, his face turning pale little by little. Fire Nation. Muai Village. Master Jiraiya sacrificed. Naruto and Lady Tsunade will be very sad, right? Tsunade Sama's brother, lover, companion, teacher, all the people she cared about, all died. I can't imagine how sad Tsunade Sama and Naruto will be after Jiraiya Sama's death. Hokage building. Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes were moist. That stupid disciple didn't get a good ending either. Mizutaminen patted his shoulder. Condolences. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked expressionless. Pure Land. Minato felt as if he was struck by a bolt of lightning. Jiraiya-sensei, the person who treated him like a son, died. In Minato's mind, he recalled the moments he had spent with Jiraiya. He covered his heart. Ninja Experience. Page 25. Ninjas must not show their emotions under any circumstances, and must put their mission first. They must remember that they must not cry at any time. But Minato, the 4th Hokage, did not obey at this moment. On screen Naruto's reaction was beyond everyone's expectations. He didn't cry or break down and yell. He just lowered his head and asked softly, did you, mother-in-law, ask him to go? Tsunade closed her eyes, and after a moment, she slowly opened them and said calmly, yes. Naruto asked, why did you let him do this? Granny, you should know the character of the lecherous immortal very well, right? And you let him go to such a dangerous place alone. As he spoke, Naruto's tone became more and more serious. Enough. Naruto. Kakashi looked at Naruto and asked, you don't understand the 5th Hokage's feelings, do you? Naruto was silent for a moment. Hateful. He turned, walked to the door and took the door handle. Naruto, where are you going? Naruto didn't respond to Sakura's words. If the lecherous sage had been the 5th Hokage, he would never have let Granny Tsunade take the risk of doing such a messy thing. After whispering this, he turned the doorknob and walked out. Sakura was about to chase after her when she was stopped by Tsunade. Zioi, alright, leave him alone. On the streets of Konoha Village, the children in the street were laughing and playing. In sharp contrast to the laughter, Naruto was silent with his hands in his pockets. In his mind, he recalled the scenes of his time with Jiraiya over the years. Ever since Jiraiya taught him the art of summoning spirits, Until, a gust of wind blew and Naruto looked back. That is a leaf. Naruto walked to the bookstore and stared at the intimate paradise displayed outside the store for a long time. By dusk, he was still recalling every detail of his time with Jiraiya until he met Iruka. Naruto stopped. I heard that you are very active in the mission. Everyone in the village is talking about you. Let's have a long-awaited chat? How about going to eat Ichiraku ramen? Naruto lowered his head. Forget it. After that, he put his hands in his pockets and walked past Iruka. Ninja World. Did you refuse your favorite Ichiraku ramen? I thought he would make a lot of noise, but I didn't expect him to be so quiet. So, when sadness and pain reach their extreme, it silences the people who are normally noisy. Yes, and vice versa. People who are usually silent and calm can explode and go crazy when they are extremely sad and in pain. I am very familiar with this scene. When an important person dies, my mind will quickly recall all the past experiences with that person. It's really magical, Alice. In Naruto's heart, Jiraiya is a teacher, a friend, and a father. He is like a mountain, making him feel safe. But now, this mountain has collapsed. At the same time, Naruto's heart has also collapsed. The innocent boy you once were will no longer have a master to accompany you. Someone took out Jiraiya's non-bestseller The Legend of the Solid Ninja that he bought in the Land of Fire, and his eyes became moist. Jiraiya, just go with peace of mind. The brave young man in the prophecy will not let you down. His life will eventually become a story of perseverance and ninja. Lower right corner of the screen. Qiu Li sighed. No matter how many times he watched this passage, he would always feel a little uncomfortable. Jiraiya was a regret for him, especially because he was not resurrected by the impure world reincarnation and did not see the moment when Naruto became Hokage. He recalled that when the author of Naruto was interviewed, he was asked, "Why don't you let Jiraiya be resurrected?" The author replied, "Because I can't imagine Naruto meeting Jiraiya." In his eyes, Jiraiya's death was perfect. Qiu Li turned around and asked, "The 3 hours of the live broadcast have already passed, right?" What he wanted to ask was, why didn't the live broadcast end automatically? Dabe picked his nose and said, "I made the rules. I set it to less than 3 hours. I was just afraid that if you sit for too long, you'll get hemorrhoids like the original author of Naruto." Qiu Li glanced at the progress bar. If he wants to be a man who has a beginning and an end, then he still has a long time before he is released from prison. I'll fast forward and skip the unimportant plot, and go straight to the final battle between Naruto and Sasuke. He has an appointment with his former classmates tonight to play games and gain points. Alright. On screen Tsunade walked to an empty corner. She leaned against the wall and recalled when they first met. Little Jiraiya held out his hand to her. "Nice to meet you. My name is Jiraiya. Just give me the love letter later. Please give me your advice." Tears rolled down her cheeks. Fool. Naruto walked to the front of the store and stopped. He looked at the lights in the store, as if recalling something. Screen turned. Naruto sat on a park bench with a popsicle in his hand that had begun to melt. Tick. Everyone in the ninja world looked at the soaked ground and subconsciously thought that it was a fused popsicle. As it turned out, they guessed wrong. Those were Naruto's tears. At this time, Iruka walked over and sat down next to him. "Naruto. I heard about Jiraiya-sama," Naruto said in a hoarse voice. "I hope he can always pay attention to me. I really want him to see the moment when I become Hokage. I don't want the lecherous sage to always see my ugly side." Jiraiya-sama has been praising you all the time, just like he was talking about his own grandson. He has been telling us proudly. He believes that you are someone who can inherit his will, and he has always believed that you will be able to become an outstanding Hokage one day. Jiraiya-sama has been watching you all the time, and he must be somewhere now. He will definitely not praise you when he sees you looking so depressed. So, just be yourself that he can praise, and don't continue to be depressed. End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all. See you in the next video.